Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 214. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Mark Augustiniak, Matt Zellner,
Hello.
Ben Barrett.
Bloodborne.
Free Cheese, a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Hell yes, Bloodborne. Game of the Year, 2015.
I'll take it.
Remember that?
Joe Dix is.
Thefreecheese.com.
Freecheese.com
Game of the Year, 2015.
had a Fallout 4.
I
remember that.
Was that 2015? 5? 4?
4? Yeah.
I don't even think
I'm
they
losing
didn't
numbers.
put that out.
They
didn't
did.
put that out. I don't
They
remember that
did.
ever.
They did.
No, I don't think it came out.
I remember playing in 2015.
No, you're
For a
thinking
long
of
time.
Skyrim. Skyrim
That's
came
this
out.
year.
Oh, right.
For the 80th
forgot
time.
Skyrim comes out this year.
And it's not going to be the last time either.
Probably
That's the sad
not.
part. That's the sad part.
PS5.
That would be fucked up if that is like a launch title for PS5.
I'm not putting it past
It's
Bethesda at this
the
point.
Ultimate HD edition.
Right,
4K.
right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
8K assets.
Yeah.
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 That's the
Yep.
8K assets downscaled to 4K.
It's a mod you have to pay for.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Write down the number of this episode because we're going to have to get back to this when the PS5 comes out.
Oh, motherfuckers. Speaking of consoles, we'll talk a little bit about the 18th anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast. Later on, we got a cool question of the week to talk about. We got some great show and tell and some games we've been playing. But how's everybody doing?
Like a gross ass goblin.
Tell me about this goblin you have become.
My entire weekend since Friday, I just stayed in and
Sweating.
just glued to my PS4 and no pants.
Hey, that's fine.
No judgment.
Blanket? No blanket.
No blanket. I was sitting in like a
just
really
raw.
bad beanbag chair and just like less than a foot away from my monitor.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Just staying up
Headphones?
till,
No
like,
headphones.
Headphones.
Nice. That's good stuff.
Yeah, just feel greasy.
You don't look greasy if that helps.
Well, I tried cleaning up before I got here, but before that, it was a mess.
I get it. Matt?
Week 1.
Baseball.
NFL.
Ah, shit.
Football's
Wrong one.
back, yeah.
How'd that go?
Ravens won. 20
Did they?
nothing.
It did.
Pretty impressive.
What'd they play?
The Bungles.
I believe it's
Bungholes.
pronounced the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bagels?
Bungholes.
You are correct, but you are wrong.
Ah, okay.
The
all right.
Bungles.
I got a lot to learn.
See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
So, it's a
That's-
little whip.
A little. Okay.
A whip?
Yeah. Were you there?
No.
No, not
God,
yet.
no.
Are you going to any of those?
Ooh, they're very expensive tickets.
Are they?
So unless I somehow find one on the street, probably not.
You could find one in the street. You could trick a man.
I don't have any cardboard in my house. It's a permanent marker set on the side.
No, you don't have to do that. You just got to trick a man.
Have you ever been to one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's another world.
Mm.
It's a lot of fun.
Went Ravens Steelers last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't go last year. I went the year before. Ravens Steelers. Yeah.
People are dirtbags, though.
My
We
dad was
talked
giving
about that.
tickets. I was like, damn, we're going.
It's not bad. My brother went to one of the preseason ones this year.
Yeah.
I know. He won tickets at a raffle.
It's the only reason why I go to preseason if you win them.
Yeah, it's
pretty
true.
much.
It's very true. Baseball? Where are we at?
Orioles, they're trending down again.
Ugh, all right.
It's all right. They're playing a team that's won like 15 straight games going into this, and they're playing right now. I don't even know what the score is.
That's okay, because baseball's on its way out. I don't know if you know this, but it is October.
That's when the best baseball is.
It is fall right now, as noted by the pumpkin spice on my breath.
I don't like that.
Did not like that face. I brought it back, though.
Ugh.
It's the best, although I didn't have the best. We
We already talked about that.
We know
We'll just
that.
have to start another free
know the best.
pumpkin spice latte.
The best pumpkin spice latte. 7-Eleven.
Yes, of course.
Because there's nothing but hot water and powder.
All the good stuff for you.
Because we used to stay at 7-Eleven so much in our skateboarding days that
Oh
we
my
would-
God.
we knew how everything was made.
Yep.
You knew where everything came from. You'd watch the guy like, oh, shit, pumpkin spice is out. Let me get a bag of powder. Pour it in here with this hot water. That's it.
It's all it takes, though.
Oh, man. It's the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
like-
Starbucks?
It's like
Uh-uh.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, basically. So I need to get my hands on a bag of that.
Just
I didn't even think about that.
What?
How do you, let me bing this real quick. Let's take a
I
look.
swear to God, I really hope he actually has Bing on his phone or
I
something.
do.
or
He does.
He does.
He does.
Jesus
It's every
Christ.
time.
He's never
It's
joking when
every
he says
fucking
it.
time.
It's funny because I was having a conversation with Sandeep via text message, and I said I sent him something, and I said I went too far down Google, and he laughed, and we talked about it, and he went, "Wait a second, since when do you use Google?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a work computer. Don't worry." Thanks for noticing, though. I'm glad you picked that up. All right, so let's see. We got 7-11 pumpkin spice powder. We're gonna figure this out.
It's gonna be like by the bulk.
Yeah.
The
okay with
big
that.
bags.
He's
No,
not buying it. He's going to steal it.
no results. All right, hold on. I don't want reviews. Ew, K-cup pods.
That's probably the closest you're gonna get.
It's,
Oh, hold on. Here's the breaking news. Are the pumpkin spice lattes at 7-Eleven vegan?
please, I swear to God.
I highly doubt that any of 7-Eleven's morning drinks are vegan, says Lil J Divine. Sorry, Lil J Divine loves MJ. is yeah.
Okay.
Had
to get it out there.
all caps. Lexa says nothing at 7-Eleven is vegan. Raffle. Most of that stuff is a mix, and milk powder would be a main ingredient in any specialty coffee or hot chocolate.
That's what I'm saying. It's like milk is what, like 70% of the ingredients.
Yeah.
The
they're-
latte, yes.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought this up. Harry and Edward, they give a joint response. Lattes are traditionally made with milk. In Italy, if you order a latte, they think you mean a glass of milk, so you must order a cafe latte. Just a little piece of trivia to back me up. What a cool fucking
Is
guy,
this Yahoo
man.
Answers?
I know.
Yes.
Joe, on Amazon, would you want these socks that are pumpkin spice?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's good stuff. That's real good stuff.
You don't need any other socks.
No,
You
I
just wear
don't.
those all the time.
You
Don't-
just buy like a
Just
in
little
bulk?
pug in a cup,
12 pack.
pug in a mug,
I'm okay with that.
mug pug.
Okay, I still have a balance on my Amazon account that I've been waiting to spend on some
$13.99.
Amiibo.
Fuck you. No, stop. Buy those socks.
I need Amiibo.
I'm in a fiery mood tonight.
I
Don't
can
piss me
tell.
off.
I can tell. I can smell. Ben, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually drinking a pumpkin beer right
See?
now.
You made the
I'm
right
drinking
choice.
pumpkin. Look, it's orange.
It's orange. I'll
that's
take it.
not-
Natty Bo's
mm-mm.
dope, though. Natty Bo's dope.
It's not pumpkin though.
Natty Bo's dope.
Not
Just
pumpkin.
give me some of that 7-Eleven powder. Let me shove it in here.
Yeah. See, you get it. You get the idea. You gotta have pumpkin pie. I'm gonna make pumpkin pie soon again. I made one a few weeks back.
I
You've
love-
never had it.
Oh, there's other socks. It says pumpkin flavored things written as Stranger
As
Things.
stranger.
It's
Yeah,
okay
good,
because
perfect.
the conversation you two are having, I have that conversation with my girlfriend every single fucking day.
She eats pumpkin.
She just doesn't care for it. And then this
Have
what,
you called
this
the
what-
police? That's
numerous times.
all right. Good.
Dear Gourd.
Yeah. That. Fuck you. God
Well.
damn it.
We're here.
Oh, that was really good.
That was another sock.
Oh, I got it. I thought that was you.
Yeah, I'm not.
You could have just
Reaching out.
rode that gravy train, man.
Yeah, I'm too honest.
Yeah, I know. Ben, you got a great shirt on.
I do. It's an OG shirt.
Oh, my, I just noticed the electronic.
Yeah, this is from
boutique.
Electronics Boutique.
Yep, remember when
No,
that was
Oh,
in?
not
damn.
Good
EB,
days.
not GameStop.
Yeah.
This is Electronics. Is it
Can we-
boutique or boutique?
Boutique.
I'm gonna go with boutique.
I
don't
always-
care.
I always say
Don't-
both.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back before we even talk about Dreamcast. Now that you've reminded me of this place.
Oh.
I
I think I know where you're going. Maybe not. Nope, never mind. Sorry.
The
Keep
store. Remember the Electronics Boutique at the mall?
Mm-hmm.
There were two of them.
I know, but the
Yeah.
one that was downstairs that had the long blue logo.
Yeah.
That was the jam.
That was the shit.
I just had one at East Point.
Was it
That
good?
one, too. I mean, it
It
was.
is what it is. I
Yeah,
remember
like
going,
going
in
into it, it was almost like felt like I was in Radio Shack
Oh.
because they had like
Ooh.
brown panels on the inside.
Oh no.
But
no,
I,
no,
I,
no.
Depressing.
but I barely remember. I was very little. My mom worked
Yeah.
at the bank inside the mall,
Yeah.
and so to kill some time, she gave me like $20 a year, just go heck off somewhere.
Heck off.
And then I found these little like Japanese like Pokemon toys.
Oh yeah, you did.
I just
That's right on.
It was
That's
just
cool.
like, yeah, I'm getting all these. I just played with them. That's all I remember.
There, some stores still have Electronics Boutique, like the sign.
Oh no
Oh,
shit.
yeah, it doesn't say GameStop. But, like when I lived in Virginia, I came here for a week and I had to pee really bad, so I just stopped at some random mall and there was a GameStop there, but it was Electronics Boutique.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Diablo was really big when I went in there. There was
Yeah.
like a big like little, not really a kiosk, but like just a thing advertising. And I was like, oh, I don't know if it was the first or second one.
Damn.
I think it was the first one. That's all I remember walking in there.
I just remember it being a magical place. I remember being really happy when I
Yep.
went in there. Not the same when I went to the one
Um,
upstairs. The one upstairs didn't have
I
that
think
feeling.
like right before GameStop bought them
Yeah.
is when I started seeing like, oh, they have this, they have this.
Mhm.
Like, all
Yeah.
these PS1 games just
Mhm.
shuffled everywhere because they couldn't organize them. And
Well, one upstairs, it used to be EB Kids, and they sold
Yeah,
only
that's why.
kids games,
That's why it
and that was
sucked.
like just the sign. It was like, okay,
That's why it
it's
sucked.
slowly going downhill.
and only adults were in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I remember Pandora's Cube.
Yes.
Ooh.
That was a good story.
And that was the
Great.
shit. But that place, Pandora's Cube, for the listeners, was a...
There's still one around.
Really?
It's crap. Where's it
It's
at?
a Harvard Mall.
Oh, it's like
No.
Westminster.
No. It's
Canada.
It's in a shopping strip. It's not in a mall anymore.
Harvard.
Can't. It's near a college.
I
can't think of it.
I think it's closer to
It's
Washington.
House in Salisbury, UMBC,
run
Johns
down the list,
Hopkins.
run down the list.
Harvard. Akron, Ohio.
Too far.
University of Hawaii.
Yeah. Washington
You know what?
State.
Just keep it going.
University of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh,
ITT
That's the
Tech.
online.
I
Yeah,
see what you
Thank
did there.
No, the Pandora's Cube was a place where, bless you, you could
College
get
Park. Sorry.
college.
That's it.
Oh, why didn't I say that?
Uh,
It's like,
that was a place where you could go and buy import games,
that's where I bought my Dreamcast imports.
and you could buy modded consoles, even though that was very
course.
illegal, and that's inevitably what led to their downfall. But Pandora's, once that dried up, there was all this sort of magic and wonder that was inside of the electronics boutique.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the one place? We were kids. You guys wouldn't know it, but this was a staple near us, I think.
Staples?
Not Staples.
Because that's still up. That's
remember
still
where?
there.
Remember where we used to skate by the
About
Hollywood
games.
Video?
It's about games.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it's
Look
about
at this
games.
motherfucker. Before I could finish.
Remember they didn't have price tags. They had stickers, colored stickers, and you had to look up at the fucking wall because everything was color coded.
Yeah.
That's why they went out of business.
That place ruled.
No,
That's
that
the
place
place
is
you
awesome.
could barter, though. That sounds like a bartering opportunity.
Yeah. And we were doing a lot of bartering as 7-year-olds.
Yeah,
know?
you know.
How much is this? Look at the color, kid. All right.
Colorblind, you are fucked.
Yeah. It's blue. All right. Well, I'll pay you red. How about that?
See, that was the thing. It was like blue, and then you had like turquoise, and then like the sticker was sometimes like.
right. And you could go up and try and get a turquoise price on a blue sticker. That's clever. Yeah,
Oh, man.
that place is great. I remember we bought a lot of, because they were, I think what I loved about that is they were the one store nearby when we were kids that continued to carry older
Retro games.
Yeah. You go to Best Buy or Target or wherever, and it was always moving forward. But that was the one place where I could go in and still buy NES games, because we kept our NES for years.
Oh yeah.
The only reason we got rid of it is because Sean and I were stupid when we were trying to buy a PS2, so we sold it at a fucking yard sale for
It's always the story.
far too little. Anyway, Dreamcast.
Mhm.
I've had a nice week this week of me fucking up dates and not realizing it until like a day after. Like,
That's just part of getting older because I do the same exact thing.
and yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like it was like guy at work's birthday, and I like realized it 3 days later, and I was like, shit.
Yep.
And then what was the one? I did a stream of something. Batman, the animated series, 25 years, and I was like, I'll do the stream. I'm a day
Nope.
late. All right, great. So here we
I
are.
feel like it's still valid though.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's celebrating. But yeah, 18 years of Dreamcast on Saturday the 9th. I didn't have one. Did you guys have one?
Nope.
I played my friends.
Mm.
He lived right down the alley, so
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what was the
still
story?
have mine.
When did you get yours?
I got mine. I think it was the Christmas of, and I opened all my presents, and I was fucking bummed because I got legit everything but a Dreamcast.
Because you had previously all Sega up to. You had Saturn.
I didn't have Saturn.
No, I thought you did.
Funny thing, Saturn, I knew it existed,
Yeah.
but I was just like, everybody knew it was a joke
Yeah,
kind of
that's
thing.
true.
And like when I had the N64, my parents bought the cables for a Saturn,
And
and I was like, no, this is fucking wrong.
Get this
This is
out of here.
garbage. But no, I opened all my gifts and I got everything I wanted but a Dreamcast, and I was bummed. And it was like a Christmas story because my dad was like, "Oh, what's the bag over there in the bag?" So like, I opened the bag, not
shit.
even wrapped. It was just in this like black trash can of a bag, and it was a Dreamcast, and I just melted.
Ah,
Mhm.
shit. What was the game? What is the game you wanted day one?
Sonic Adventure,
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
yeah.
Sonic Adventure, and D2.
What's
Because
D2?
D2, that was the game I looked at the most on my Game Pro. It was
Oh yeah.
it was like a third person horror RPG.
Oh
It
okay.
wasn't the greatest game, but like at the time the graphics were like it's like looking out of a window. It's
Right.
real life.
Right.
This is as good as it's gonna get. Yeah.
What a fucking time.
Yeah.
Did you have the VMU?
Mhm.
Pocket Sonic.
The thing with VMUs were like the memory on them was
You remember?
terrible.
Oh yeah.
So you had to have like 3 or 4 of them, especially if you had like a big Dreamcast library.
They acted as memory cards, and they had games you could.
It was kind of just like a little mini device. Like you play games on it. You like if you were playing Resident Evil, you could see your health on the VMU instead of having like to press start. Like remember how it
Oh
was
my god.
the heart rate?
Yeah.
If you were to play like the 2K football games on there, you could pick the plays on the VMU.
What the?
So if you're playing with your friend, they can't see what play you're picking.
That's fucking
Yeah.
cool.
It was a cool device.
It's like having a Wii U gamepad.
Yep.
But better.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
between their legs, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Yeah.
kind of has like weird Turok vibes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Looking at it,
Oh, yeah, the
I think
James
it's because
Bond
of the
arm.
I think it's because of the fog, like draw distance.
Oh yeah. That was an interesting game.
How you still have your Dreamcast?
Still have it. Dang. I don't know if you saw it on the Slack though, but just from moving, you know how
Mm.
you lose everything. And I went out of my fucking way to make sure I didn't lose my Dreamcast. Like you don't understand how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
of a hassle it was. So I legit have everything except for the fucking power cord.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get one.
So my friend, the drummer of my band, like we were Snapchatting, and I took a picture and he saw my Dreamcast in the back, and I was like, "Dude, I still got mine too. You want it?" I'm like, "Yeah."
No questions asked. Oh, that's cool. Are there any games on Dreamcast you never played that you?
Oh, there's
all of them.
there's like a lot
Yeah.
actually.
Did you
Yeah.
ever play Seaman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that the Christmas after.
Nice.
Actually, it had the microphone and everything.
What's the one? What's the Holy Grail game?
Other than Shenmue,
Hmm.
because Shenmue is just my immediate
Shenmue.
pick. Yeah. I'm just gonna go Shenmue. Shenmue
Good.
probably 1 over 2. 2 was great, also a 10 out of 10 game for me, but 1 was where it began.
Did you do any of the online stuff back in the day?
No, Mike Barbieri though had
Yeah.
because I can't remember why I didn't. I don't think I had a 56K cable long enough or some shit.
Yeah.
But he had it, and we didn't necessarily play online, but we always like went on the browser. That was, it took like 10 minutes just to load up.
Well,
the
yeah,
page.
but man,
I just remember like looking at it and just being like floored, like this is amazing.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Mhm.
Or were they? I don't know. I don't know if I. It's good though.
That's right before the PS2.
It was
Those
exciting.
are the
It's
days.
pioneering
I
times.
think I
Yeah.
played my friends more than he played it. So I felt like I owned it pretty much. Like I remember I would rent games for it.
That's funny.
That's what it was like with me, PS1, and my friend when I was little. The exact same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just obsessed with Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, it was
And then when the
great.
second one came out, I was like, oh, all right.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then I was like, I'm not used to these controls still. The
Yeah,
triggers
that's-
to rotate the camera.
That's I don't ever want to visit Sonic Adventure ever again.
Did they
because-
fix that on the PS3 ports?
It's fine on GameCube.
Is it?
That pretty much became the next Dreamcast. Like all their games ported.
Xbox
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Xbox got Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Basically, Sega was just trying to survive. Like that was
Yeah.
when they fell off the cliff and they were just shoving games everywhere.
GameCube was
Yeah.
my Fantasy Star obsession.
Yeah, they did have.
Oh,
Phantasy
right,
Star,
right.
yeah.
Instead of the 2K games ended up starting to go everywhere.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
sports ones.
Yeah.
That's how I played NFL.
They were always so good.
I missed those games.
Yeah.
NFL 2K was so much better than Madden.
That's what I didn't fuck with
so much
football
better.
games too much, but that's what like all like the hardcore football guys say. Like the
Yeah.
2K games in general.
They were
Them and like
always
the
better.
ESPN games that came out on PS2.
Well, they ended up merging.
Is that what it was?
ESPN got the rights to like the 2K franchise, and then Sega pretty much built a football game using their engine with an ESPN UI.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was fucking cool. At the time, I loved ESPN, and that's what everyone watched.
Mhm.
If you're a big sports guy, and
The
it was really cool. Like,
You guys aren't big sports guys?
huh?
That's a basketball quote.
No.
Seriously?
But then, like the franchise mode, I remember like Chris Berman, who's the big guy, who's the big
We know.
personality on ESPN. He would like do like highlights and talk about box scores
Oh, that's
like
cool.
every week,
That's
and it was
cool.
like fucking cool. And then like every third game, they would go in and show a highlight,
That's
like
wild.
from a game you never even played. That
That's
was really
wild.
cool.
It's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Dreamcast. Rest in peace.
No, it's still going, dude. It is still going.
I
There
won't
are
finish
games
this.
that are still being released on
You're
it.
right.
Yeah, dude.
You're right.
It's fucking nuts.
It is insane.
I eventually want to finish that corner and get.
I imagine it being a lot bigger and taller at some point.
I think what I'll end up doing is just getting a second one of those
And just
things.
You're just gonna keep stacking.
Just stack. Yeah.
Can you imagine doing it like in Animal Crossing or something? You just keep stacking
Oh,
like coffee
yeah,
tables.
yeah,
You
yeah.
could.
Yeah, just get a second entertainment center and stack it on top of that, and then fill it with everything. Because, yeah, like I need to go back and refill my Genesis. I need to start an SNES
I've always wanted to
collection.
pick up Saturn.
They're hard now.
I've only
to
played
find.
Nights on it.
I've never played Night.
Mm.
Like I played it like when it gets Sears when I was
Yeah,
little.
like
when they were
Toys R Us had a
showcasing
demo,
it.
and
Yeah.
then my friend had it. And he just had every fucking system. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nostalgia, but nostalgia can't last forever. You know what can? Video games. Here's a terrible segue into now playing. Now playing, where we talk about the games we played in the last week since we last came together. Mark, what you been up to?
what's up? I have been 3 games.
3 games?
First one is Westerado Double Barreled.
I'm listening.
So Adult Swim Games published this.
Mm.
It's basically, it's always the same story. Like somebody burned down your farm, and they killed your mom and your brother, and you have to go find who did it. And you go into town exploring, doing little missions and quests. And when you help, the more people you help, the more clues you're given onto who this killer is. And it can look like anybody in this map. So it's like what kind of hat, the shape of it, the color, what they're wearing, just like their size, everything. And it's always random every time you start a campaign or whatever. So it's always randomly generated on who your killer is. And what's great about it is like mid dialogue, if you're talking to somebody, you can at any time whip out your gun, and it will automatically just like their reaction, like they'll react to it immediately. So somebody will be like, "Oh hey, blah 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 blah. If you want to go up here and help me like find my husband, he's in these mines somewhere." And I pull out the gun. She's like, "Well, never mind. I just excuse me for bothering you."
Good.
What are you playing this on?
It was on PC.
I've never heard of this.
Wasn't this a free Flash game back in the day, or it's
I have
free
no idea.
somewhere?
I don't know. It's the dialogue in it is pretty funny. It seems pretty current because the Indians in the game were calling me a White Walker.
Oh wow.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, there was a YouTube personality I used to watch back in the day that he did like a list of games that were free or super cheap that were really good, and I
There could've
remember
been, like-
seeing this game. It wasn't like double barreled.
Yeah, it could have been like an older build of it. or
Yeah, something like that.
That's
But
possible.
yeah, I've seen this game. It looked
Because
really
a lot
fun
of
back
these,
then.
yeah, because a lot of games that Adult Swim publishes, like Adult Swim doesn't make the games. These are just indie games that they just decide to
Bring
back.
out. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe it was like it got to a point where it's now maybe they want to help them develop it, make it something more, and here you go.
I like that Adult Swim's been doing cool stuff since they really got into that.
I like their library of games.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
good.
They I wrote a thing earlier in the week about, because after our conversation last week, we talked about like what's the next thing that gets the Ubisoft Rabbids kind of like what's the next thing Nintendo opens up to.
Yeah,
And I thought about it more that next morning, and I was like, you know what, give it to indie developers and let them go wild. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
like revive Super Mario World, but hand it over to Yacht Club, you know, or that kind of thing. And I talked
Right.
about
Okay.
talked about a lot about these like smaller but yet big
I would like to
indie
see-
publishers.
I like to see Devolver make a Kirby game,
It's a lot of blood and
Yeah.
guts.
Yep.
And
or it couldn't be. You never know.
Yeah, but I talked about like Devolver, and I talked about Adult Swim and how they're these independent publishers. They're not the big guys. They're not like the whatever, but they're growing in mass because of
Mm-hmm.
all of the like support and stuff that they've been giving to these smaller developers that are really talented. And
Yeah. I was trying to do like as good as I could with this game, to following everything, being legit, being like pretty much how I treated like Red Dead, just trying to be like a straight arrow about it.
Mhm.
And I ended up like because when you shoot, you can't shoot vertically, up or down.
It's a
Only-
top-down game, right?
It's kind of
Yeah.
top down, but your character's always on its side,
Okay.
so you can only shoot left and right. And when sometimes I would misfire,
Yeah.
kill somebody I shouldn't have.
Ooh.
Somebody would see that, and then the game ended with me shooting up a whole town, killing everyone. And oh, by the way,
Were
this
you-
is
were you playing Hitman?
Yeah, that's strangely familiar.
basically, this is all on a movie set, by the way.
Oh, that's cool. Oh shit.
I explored so far that I reached the director and the cameras,
Uh-oh.
and the guy was like, "Oh hey, you found me, blah 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 blah. You should get back on set." And he gave me like all this like hidden money and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then by the time I shot so many people, the director was like, "All right, you're too dangerous of a character. We have to write you off." They sent in every extra available to come after me in waves, like all the extra men, all the extra
That's
women,
pretty
and
funny.
then like the Indians.
That's pretty
and
cool.
they eventually got me, but you
Yeah.
can always just restart. And
That's cool.
You always lose half your money when you come back.
Is it more of an arcade style game?
It is very simple. It's just a lot to explore in a little area.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really level up or anything.
Yeah.
You just go around shooting.
Nice.
It's pretty neat. It's like a 2-hour game, 3-hour game at the most if you want to explore everything. But yeah, it's not bad. I forgot how much I paid for it, but it was pretty cheap.
Did a quick Google search. Yeah, this thing existed back in 2013, so I think it was free at one point with an
Okay.
earlier build.
Yeah, it's on like Silver Games or something for like it's a Flash,
Hmm.
like old school Flash game. So
Nice.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Highly recommend. Next, I went on to Dead Space.
Yeah, you wrote about that.
Yeah, I decided to revisit this. Surprisingly, my computer can run it at the. Well, I guess it's not that surprising. It's a pretty old game, but highest quality everything, 60 frames. Oh my, which is I'm not used to my computer doing.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll try hard mode. Why not? Because I remember there being an achievement where you can beat it with like just a plasma cutter, but I think that can be on any difficulty. But I decided to do hard, and that's just a basic gun. I was like, yeah, this is pretty easy. The game is not scary. It relies on jump scares a little too much.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I guess I just wasn't phased anymore. I think its tricks were just dated. But I was just mowing through everything. I didn't care about the story. I see how far I got. I made it to like chapter 8, like out of 12, and then it started getting ridiculous. And I was running low on money and ammo and health, and I couldn't do anything. I was like, all right, it's not fun anymore. I don't care. And it just wasn't because I wanted to play all 3. I played the first 2. I liked the second one, but like
I think 3.
it started going in the direction where it was like we don't care about being. It was taking like the Resident Evil 6 route.
It seemed like that with
Yeah,
3.
more action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
More
what I
action.
heard
And like
from
Fear
it.
3, they were
Yeah.
all just going in that direction. And I was like, whatever. And then I just uninstalled it. I didn't care anymore.
And 3 was like very heavy co-op focus.
Yeah, you had the option to play with the second person.
Hmm.
And it's all on like a snowy planet and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Usually, games are in the dark and you can't see, but now it's like all snow and you still can't see.
It's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. So yeah, that didn't last long. And then why I was a gross goblin this whole weekend
Yes.
was because of Destiny 2.
That
Which
did come out.
fuck you. I'll say that now. To start our conversation because, and also fuck Matt. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna throw that out.
All right.
Because earlier in the week I want it. I don't know why I want it, but I
Me and
want
you
it.
said it at the same time, actually.
And
We were
then-
like, should we buy this?
Yeah, and then you were like, and then Matt was like, "Don't fuck you guys." He went all Sylvester Stallone on us and just started mumbling shit.
No, he just thought that we weren't going to last long in it, which I can understand because I probably wouldn't.
He
typically.
was shutting it down. Then I walk in and Matt goes, "Hey, did you see Mark's text?" And I went, "No." And I looked and I had 10 text messages unread, and I open it up and it's Mark going, "Well, LOL, got the game," and it's fucking downloading. And then I look at Matt and he goes,
Well-
I think I'm gonna get it. And I'm like, "Fuck, no, what the fuck? How did this happen?"
What happened was I was talking to my other friend Joe, and he was talking about. I was like, "Should I?" I asked him too. I was like, "Should I get this game?"
Yeah.
And then he doesn't answer me. He just goes, "Yeah, Charlie should be texting you with a code." I'm like,
what the
what?
fuck?
Whoa.
And then Charlie gave me a code, and it was he just had like spare codes for like the digital deluxe version
Oh, wow.
because
Fuck.
GameStop perks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, oh, all right. Well, I guess I owe you more, a couple more blowies than before because he also gave me the Injustice 2 thing.
Right.
I was like, shit.
PS4.
Yeah. So I took my lunch break, went home, installed it, came back, and then spent my entire weekend. I beat the story. Now I'm just doing like extra stuff.
You beat the story.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
That tells me something, though.
Yeah.
it's short.
Yep.
Mm.
You can like if you spent like a whole like 8-hour day, you could probably beat it. The levels though, the reason why they seem like long is because you just have to walk to everything. But the level designs are pretty nice.
Didn't you buy Pop-Tarts?
Did not.
Oh. If you buy Pop-Tarts from a specific retailer, you can get a Sparrow and you can ride.
Or if you get Rockstar drinks, you get collectibles for each flavor for a specific class.
See? So, you know.
Wait, what? You buy Pop-Tart and you get...
It's something stupid. There's all these dumb promos.
Yeah, Sparrow's like the hover bike. You can ride around in the levels.
But you I don't think...
I have one already.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's called a Luna Dove.
But I didn't think you could unlock it until a certain point in the story, but you can get it early if you go buy Pop-Tarts.
Doesn't matter what kind of Pop-Tarts, because they do have pumpkin spice
especially
Pop-Tarts.
Oh, I know. I got some upstairs, girl.
Okay.
There were certain... Because when I got the Digital Deluxe thing, there was stuff that I got that was pre-order perks, but you can't get them until you beat the story.
Interesting.
And reach level 20, which is the cap. But...
your
stuff still gets better past it. I don't know. It's really weird. I was drawing a lot of the similarities to Halo.
Yeah.
You could see where they were just reflecting on a lot of that.
That makes sense.
The story's a little weird. Bungie has a weird thing with like they have good lore, but they have a problem conveying it through their games. I don't know why.
Now, the first one, I remember a big complaint, and you might be able to back up. The first one, like, a lot of the story was buried within reading a bunch of shit, and not even shit within the game. Like, you had to go to their website
or their app or whatever.
There was a thing they had called like Grimoire cards or whatever.
That's it.
And people actually made a book called the Book of Sorrows, where it's all compiled into one thing.
Right.
And apparently, it's really good.
Right, but it wasn't in the game. Is that what you're finding here, or
there's not much like that? I think they've improved. I think it's a little more streamlined this time.
Yeah.
There is a story there, but I feel like a lot of it is just not there for the sake of having DLC.
Let me kind of tweak your question a little bit. Are you doing something and it feels like there's a purpose behind it?
Not the main storyline. The side quests I feel like do a better job than the main one.
But there's some influences of making you want to keep going.
Yeah, especially after
that's better than the first one.
all right?
Yeah, and also what my friends were saying about like the first one was all about like defending something, move on. Get something, defend it, move on.
Hold triangle.
Yeah.
Here's the ghost.
Yeah.
Here, Danklage is going to mumble shit at you because he can't voice act to save his life.
Yeah, this doesn't do it at all. They kind of got... I mean, you do defend some things, but it's not like the first one.
Now, and you mentioned earlier, but you feel better playing with people?
Yeah, this is a game that is built around playing with other people, because you can have clans and, all kinds of experience stuff, leveling up and... all that, it's just like any other game like that. The PvP was interesting.
Yeah. Is that you do a ton of that?
I typically don't.
Yeah.
But this game, I kind of grew to it. It has like a random Call of Duty thing.
It's 3v3, correct?
No, 4v4.
Oh, I thought it was okay. All right, whatever. 4v4.
Yeah.
Which is smaller than last game, which was 6v6.
Yeah.
For most things.
And we don't even have raids yet.
Yeah. With that, what kind of multiplayer modes are there?
So you can do the kill confirmed
one,
what they call Clash. Basically, when you shoot a person, they drop an orb, and you don't get the points until you get that orb.
Oh, okay.
So you have to do more than just kill them.
Yeah.
You can't sit on the other side of the map and pick off people with your sniper rifle.
Yeah.
That's kind of good. I like that.
There's the typical like taking over to 3 areas
Mm-hmm.
for a certain amount of time. The more you take
That was
over,
that was
the
a
more
favorite
points
of
you
mine
get.
in the first one.
There's the typical just straight up deathmatch, and I can't forget if there was another one or not.
Have there been any kind of events saying like, hey, an Iron Banner is coming, or hey, a Trial of Osiris is coming, or anything like that?
Not that I can remember. Nothing
So
quite like that.
Iron Banner, so I'm assuming all the multiplayer in this one is it doesn't matter what your gear is, everyone's on an even playing field, correct?
Yeah, they call it the Crucible.
Correct.
That's the name of their PvP.
Okay.
So the Iron Banner is pretty much those game modes, but your gear level matters.
Oh, that
and
would
it's-
suck, because
and
we got
it's-
leveled with people who had we were like level 4 and 5. We dealt with
Right.
some level 20s, and it's like, all right, you have your like World of Warcraft ass armor on. Like, I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you
no.
and your
Damn.
cooler guns.
So yeah, that was
That would
something
be-
like every second, third weekend they would release, and doing the Iron Banner, it was kind of like a grind, and this was like how the whole analogy of me clocking in to work in Destiny started. like all the good stuff was at the end because you kept getting points for every match you played, whether you won or lost. And if you kept playing throughout the whole weekend, you would get to the good stuff that you would need to either craft something or get a legitimate piece of armor. And then the Trial of Osiris is kind of like it's kind of like the only thing I know, Hearthstone, the arena mode, where you drop the deck and then like you either get to 12 wins first or you lose 3 times and you're out. And you have to restart the whole thing over again. So you're not drafting, obviously. You're going in with the team, but it's a very similar thing. And the more wins you get, I think it goes up to 10. The more wins you get before you get to so many losses, the better loot you get that run. And it's another thing that is available for a weekend.
Yeah, I hate that this game made me care about loot again.
That
I
will
was
happen.
just saying right before, like I don't care for games that are based around loot, typically, or at least games. I'll still play the game, but the loot part isn't my most. That's not my biggest interest when I play it.
But
So-
do they do it well, or is it just that you are playing it, so now you feel like you have an investment?
I guess I don't know. It's like they kind of do and they kind of. I guess it depends.
I mean, how do you really do it, bad or good? I guess it just is
Right. I
what
mean,
it
like
is.
you can find secret chests everywhere
Yeah.
that are just randomly hidden throughout the maps, and you can get stuff that way. Sometimes enemies will just drop it randomly, and you pick it up, and depending on the mission you do, you get rewarded randomly with stuff. So there's a lot of variety to the loot. At least it's not just guns.
So what happens after you beat it now?
Yeah.
You beat the story, so what's the next thing? Like, what have you been doing? What are you doing? What is
My
you're
clocking
clocking
in
Got
motion.
it.
Yep.
Just doing like there's some like after story like side quests you can do that kind of continue the story a little bit. That seems pretty interesting. There's always world events going on, like public events where you join other players, and that doesn't care how many it is. You just take
Is
on
that what you're
something.
sinking your time into, or are you sinking it more into PvP stuff?
Well, currently, since I just beat it last night, and I just helped one of my friends beat the campaign today, we still have 1 out of 4 of us still didn't beat the story, but they're on like the very last mission.
Okay.
So everybody's just like catching up at this point. I think we might jump back into PvP. I'm not sure yet, but we've basically been splitting up to like 2 and 2
Interesting.
instead of because since it's 3 people for a campaign, we didn't want to
Right.
leave one person out. So 2 of us will just go around and like dick around somewhere while the other 2 were doing something. But I will say about these games, at least for this one, there are 2 planets where I feel like Bungie does a good job with concept art and translating it into a game. Usually the concept art can look better than what the final product is in some games.
Yeah.
Staring at this stuff was so visually beautiful that like I had my friend taking pictures because I was just appreciating how much. I mean, it kind of has like a No Man's Sky feel, I guess, when you look at it, but so much more detail.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like a painting. Like there's this one planet called Nessus, and it's like white, symmetrical looking like rock formations, like cubes and rectangles and stuff. It's all white, covered with like trees with red leaves and red grass everywhere, and with like a mint green sky. Like I want to live there. Like it's really pretty. And like the level before that was like kind of creepy. It was like, it looked like a city in Halo, where it's like raining everywhere. Plants are growing out of like dystopian buildings.
I
And
like
there's
this.
neon signs everywhere.
Yes.
And there's like this like vaporware looking art that follows you. That's all like flowers
Yeah.
and like neon colors, and it leads to like this
Roman
underground.
ghost somewhere.
Yeah, like it just leads you underground to like this like hive like horde all around. And it's like
That sounds pretty cool.
the music was really neat with that. It was those parts I really appreciated. It was a good use of color.
Matt and I have a blood oath. Drawn in blood, sworn in blood. Because I was eager, and then talked myself off the ledge. Then he got eager once he saw that you got it. And he was like, you're going to hate me, but I think I'm going to do it. And I was like, no. So blood oath. We just got paid Friday. We decided next payday.
Okay.
It'd be like the 22nd.
Sure.
If we're still feverish, we're going in. But
I was gonna say you should join my clan then.
if
Unless
we're
you
still
want to make your own
feverish,
clan, that's perfectly fine. You can have a free cheese.
because
clan or
I'll tell you, since Friday, I forgot about it
I
until
did
right
too.
now.
I did too.
And now I'm feeling a little, like my heart's racing a little bit. Like I kind of want to go download it right
There's
now.
a vein sticking out of your
It's
forehead
like-
too. You're sweating.
It's
And,
like-
yeah, I could feel the sweat.
yeah, like I don't know, like it's a game that is like I don't know how to describe it. Like it is enticing, but it's not like it will blow you away.
And I know that. I know exactly
Yeah.
what this game is because
Yeah,
I know
like,
exactly what the
I
first
played
one
the
was.
first one.
I
I played
know-
the
It's like if you played Borderlands, if you played Halo, you kind of mix that together and you get this.
There's
The better parts of
Yeah. I played the alpha and the beta of the first one, and that was all I ever needed to know exactly what that game was going to be.
The first one didn't really appeal to me either. It just because the way they advertised it, it just looked like shades of brown.
Even
Everybody
separate
has
from that,
capes.
I watched a lot of that game. I know what that game was. But I still just, and this one, nothing about it looks different. It just looks, it has a number 2 in it, and that's about it. But
I've been kind of itching to kind of get back into it because I really have not gone back to it since the Taken King kind of reworked the main game that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
So I hadn't really jumped back in since then. So I was kind of itching. I was like, oh, what's this like look like when Destiny 2 is coming out? And then like I remembered when I played on PS3 and how it consumed my life, and then how I played it when I got my new PS4 and I was able to get the PS4 version for free.
Yeah.
And how it consumed my life. And like now, the sweaty goblin over here.
Yeah.
This sounds like what happens to me when I get this game. And let me tell you what, if I want to have a good conversation at the end of the year, I don't know.
Well,
I don't
I don't know if this is the tipping part, the tipping of the line here, the last, the straw that breaks the camel's back. So I am a Titan class or whatever.
I thought you said you're a goblin.
I am, but in the game, I'm pretending to be a Titan. It's just basically like a tank class, like the warrior. Between there's the hunter, and then there's the warlock. And basically, I don't know what the real difference is besides like their like specials. That
It's
warlock
the
has a
subclasses
cool
and
name.
stuff like and the abilities, but yeah.
So I have like the final subclass out of like there's 2 subclasses along with your main one, and that changes your type of special attacks and everything. So for
Destiny 1, it's Destiny 1 all over again.
but apparently with few improvements.
Yeah.
So I finally got the second subclass, which I think is called the Sunbreaker.
Is that a vampire?
The same goddamn thing.
No, but my weapon. First of all, I engulf myself in flames.
All right.
And I have a hammer. Guess what I can do with this hammer?
Throw it.
That's my only attack with it. And people disintegrate. I throw a fire hammer at everybody and just. And I was like, that's all I kept thinking. I was just thinking, hit me. I was just, no!
Fucking Hitman. Fucking Hitman. Damn.
Well, that's not my class, so I'm not too. That's not the tipping point for me. I am. I'm a
What's the
hunter.
tipping point for you?
I could see you being a hunter, and I could see you being a warlock.
I mean, that sounds like me.
I would see you just try.
Could you have your hand? It's like, yeah.
What I
could
do?
see that.
I would see you I would just making your version of lightning, and just going in.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Without the helmet, I look like Bucky.
Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because the longest hair I could get was like down here, and I picked like a face where like I have one eye that's basically just all white, and I have black stuff on my face. I'm like, I just look like a Winter Soldier.
Can you do pink hair?
I think so. You might have more of a chance if you're an Awoken.
I don't know what that means, but I can. I'll get woke.
I'm saying I get woke.
It's just a race.
We'll see. We got less than 2 weeks, so we'll check in with you next week on Destiny.
Okay.
You see if you can sell us.
Well, surprisingly, if I'm still playing Overwatch on Friday the 13th, chances are I'll probably still be playing this.
I want to see if anything picks up from here. I want to see if a week from now you're still telling us the same stories about, well, we did this and we shot some guys and whatever, or if there's something else that's going to be like, push.
As soon as I hear the word, I was grinding. That's going to be the word that I can't do this again.
All
I
right.
don't got the time.
I'm Blood Oath. Blood Oath. Blood Oath. Very good. Matt, did you buy anything this week?
I bought. I did a lot of buying, but not a lot of playing.
What'd you buy this week?
So I got my life together, got some finances straight, and I found some money.
Yeah.
So
good.
unlike him, instead of wasted it on shit, and
Hey.
I point to the Amiibo collection
Come on.
behind you, Ben. I actually bought real games instead. So
Shots fired.
I told you I'm fired tonight.
Yeah.
It's the orange can. It's on fire. Not a pumpkin.
That'd be Jack Lantern.
I gotta play the Swan Song, Uncharted, Lost Legacy. So I didn't get it release day because I didn't have money. But now that I found money,
Got it.
I got it.
You
Didn't
start
play
it?
yet.
Okay.
Didn't play yet.
But you bought Free Cheese Game of the Year 2017. I heard.
That's a fucking bold statement there.
You wait, motherfucker.
Still in the plastic wrap.
Motherfucker.
Wait,
And the
Uncharted
GameStop
come out this
bag.
year?
The Lost Legacy. It's
So-
like it's standalone-ish
It was.
DLC.
It's like DLC that
That's
got
one with the
spun out on
girls?
its own. Yeah.
Okay. Like I remember
Chloe
that last
and
year's
Nadine.
E3.
But he bought something better.
On sale.
Mm.
Let me tell you what, I almost walked out of that goddamn place.
I
in the
wanted to hit
middle.
that motherfucker in the mouth.
Where did you
but,
go? GameStop?
Of course
Mhm.
I did.
Okay.
But
I bought Nier Automata. It was
Oh,
on
wow.
sale, $35.99. Guy tried to sell it to me pre-owned, $45.99.
That's
That
like
was
the
like-
biggest fucking scam.
And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, your shit's on sale. I'm not buying it
That is
used.
stupid.
that wasn't exactly how it went.
I'm nice.
I know. Here's how it went. Matt, we stand there forever.
I know. I know.
Oh, you were with him?
It's
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
to believe sometimes.
We stand there forever because this guy has to sell all these other people in line on all of his
The 4
bullshit.
goddamn bullet points.
Oh my god, he like ran through each thing, and
You
then,
know how it always starts. So, are there any games you look at?
Yeah.
so Matt finally gets up there, and Matt, the whole time he's in there waiting on this guy to shut his fucking mouth, is looking on his phone at Nier $34.99 on sale, new. Puts his phone in his pocket, and the guy goes, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Matt goes, "Yeah, do you have a Nier Automata new for PS4?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, let me take a look here." "Oh, yeah, it looks like we got that. Grab me a copy." "You sure you didn't want it used?" And Matt's like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And he goes, "Well, it's only $44.99. And Matt goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure new on PS4 is on sale right now for $34.99. And the guy goes, "Oh, really? I didn't see that. Let me take a look here."
It wasn't that goddamn long. It was pretty long. It wasn't that long.
Oh, wait, so it actually was a long time.
And he goes,
Oh, yeah.
He goes, oh, yeah, wow, yeah, I didn't even see
even
that.
know.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Let's see if we got that in over here.
Well, there goes my hours.
Right, yeah. And he grabs it, and then he's like ringing it up, and he's like, "All right, you got our you know about our blah." And Matt's like, "Yes, I know. I have the free version. I wouldn't like the." Matt was like,
Do you
boom,
know
boom,
about
boom.
her? Give me money.
God.
And Matt's like, "Yes, I know. I don't want it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just would like the game today." And the guy goes,
Poor guy.
"Okay, cool. Did you want to buy the protect?" No, not
Oh
no. This
my
is because
God.
this is the same motherfucker that told me that I was wrong for not buying physical games. That I was a piece of shit.
Well, you didn't.
and that I was wrong. That
you didn't provide this context.
yeah, it's the same motherfucker. And he's telling Matt, he's like, "Do you want to buy the protection?" Matt's like, "No, I'm good." "Well, you never really know what could happen. PS4s can overheat." Give me the fucking game.
Mine
Give me
did.
The fucking, don't.
Don't
No,
encourage
I'm
me.
not, no. I'm not justifying this guy. I just forgot to.
Guess
give
what?
that
There's a
little tidbit.
manual eject button on the PS4 if you ever need to.
Right. And he just like kept every fucking thing, and then just like, and like talking down like, "Well, in my opinion, it's." And I didn't ask for your opinion. Just tell me the fucking game.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking game. God.
I'm hovering above the terminal with my Apple Pay is ready to go, and it just won't tender it.
He won't hit the button.
Let,
and Matt's
let
like,
me
"Can I-"
give you the Apple Pay money.
He did the whole pre-owned thing too. Like the pre-order. Hey, this game's coming out.
I don't know if he did that because I think
No.
he recognized me from my hatred and the fact that I was
anything
You
you're
just saw the
excited
fire in
about?
your eyes.
I avoided eye contact, but I was like letting him know with everything in me, "I will end you, motherfucker, if you don't let us get out of here."
If he would have asked me that question, I would have said Call of Duty World War II just to hear him talk about how great Call of Duty is, and
I would have left you there. That's what I would have done.
And then I would have been like, "Oh yeah, the last 5 haven't been great, but all right, we'll try this one. Let me tell you about Battlefield 1." And then I would waste his time.
I was this close to just like ordering it for you from my Amazon account because it was the same price. Like if that motherfucker asked one more question, I was gonna be like, "Matt, I got it. Let's get the fuck out of here. It'll show up tomorrow, fucking Prime." So how is it?
It's in the shrink wrap.
God damn
It
it!
didn't even leave the GameStop bag.
All right, well, did you open anything this week?
No,
So you just
no.
you played buy shit.
What?
And
I didn't
not play
open
shit.
anything out of a box.
Ah.
I wiped the dust off of a certain fucking piece of equipment.
What'd you get there?
It's black.
Ah,
Has a screen
ah.
on the right. There's some
Uh-huh.
PlayStation buttons.
You got a PSP.
Close.
Ah.
The successor, Vita.
Oh, I've heard.
I
of
gave
that.
it life.
Ah, look at that. What'd you bring back to life?
Danganronpa. That weird fucking quirky visual novel game.
Tell me about this one.
So this is visual novel. It's like an anime style. Essentially, the story setup here is you are held captive in a high school with other, I think 15 other students,
All right.
and you go to this special high school because you're the ultimate in a certain category. So like, there's the ultimate baseball player. There's like the
We
ultimate
just call him GT.
ultimate
Yeah,
like
yeah.
biker gang leader. It's like some random ass shit.
Okay.
Um.
Biker gang leader.
So you think you're going to school, you gotta accept it. You really don't know what yours is. That kind of unfolds with the story. But yeah,
Ultimate
you
amnesia.
find out you're trapped in a school. All the windows are bolted shut, doors
that was
locked.
my middle school. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this teddy bear,
It's supposed to be a city school.
half white, half black,
Ah.
pops up and he's like, "All right, guys, we're gonna play a game. You all are stuck here for the rest of life.
Okay.
The only way you can leave is if you kill another student."
All right.
And you don't get caught.
Don't-
And then there's stipulations to this. He's going in. So yeah, it's pretty much half visual novel, half Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, because there's a big trial big trial portion of it, and that's pretty much half the game, and half the game is like the detective portion of it.
Are you the murderer or are you trying to solve the murder?
You're trying to survive. So
Oh,
the
okay.
game is pretty on rails. Like you do a little bit of exploring and stuff like that, but it's pretty much tells you to go to point A to point B in the school, and you're a detective.
Are there
And
like multiple paths you can take, like
N-
choices? And all that?
no, it's pretty on
Okay.
rails. It's going to tell you the story it wants it to tell you, but it's good. It's really good. So yeah, so like the game is like you have to kill another one of the students. This is for everyone, not your character. You have to kill one of the students and not get caught, and then you graduate, and then the rest of them die. If someone is murdered, and then the person did it, is accused, they die, and you keep playing until something successfully happens, or you're the last one standing. So yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts. It's a murderous teddy bear holding high school students captive.
Nice.
Let the weird, twisty plot twist unfold.
How's the music?
It's like fine, I guess.
Yeah.
It's nothing like noticeable.
I don't know. When you talk about like weird anime, I'm picturing like real cool J-pop, but because I'm having flashbacks to Persona 4, so I'm like,
Mm.
Yeah, it's weird. But I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And the trial portions of it are by far like the best. It's really well done, and like the actual like story that unfolds in the trial portion of it is really well told. Yeah, so like the trials themselves, this is like the actual game part of the thing. The trials have all kinds of different like mini games within the actual game. So there's like a fill in the blank graphic novel section to make you like repiece like the actual incident when you're talking about it. There's a weird rhythm game associated with the trial at some point of it. But the main mechanic is using your evidence, which are called truth bullets, and refuting people's claims. So dialogue will start happening, and you're like it's going around in a circle, going left and right, and then these dialogue phrases are like shooting across the screen, and some of them are yellow, and those are the ones you can shoot at to counter someone's claim, and then you kind of call them out, and then more story unfolds. Like, well, why did you say it like that? Wait, well, that's not how things actually happen. Do you know something that we don't know? Whoa, is it you? And then like other mini games will pop up during the trial aspect of it. It's really fucking well done, and the character building is actually really good.
So I'm on Steam. When you were talking, I was looking up on Steam because, like I said, Aka was playing it. Which one are you playing? Because it looks
The
like there's a
first
couple
one.
of them. Yeah, there's
The first
Danganronpa 1 and 2, and then there's Danganronpa Trigger Happy, Necrodancer versus Danganronpa.
There's a lot of weird shit. I'm playing essentially the first game. It is called Trigger Happy Havoc, I think.
yeah.
That's the one I'm playing.
Okay.
And a third one's about to come out, and that's kind of why I've been seeing some press about it, various outlets, and I was like, oh man, I really want to finish the first one because I started it a while back. Actually, I didn't even have to restart. I kind of picked up and knew where I was because I wasn't that far in.
Oh, that's always a good
That's
feeling.
cool.
And then like I had to do just a little bit of research, but it's all nice and laid out because you get like an e-handbook, which is your menu, and that's where you can like look at the evidence you've already like acquired for the upcoming court case. But there's also like a little profile for what you know of the character already, so that way you can kind of track changes and patterns, stuff like that. So I just kind of revisited that for all the characters who I had left who were left alive at this point. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know that. Yep, I remember that. Yep, I remember. It all was pretty nice and easy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I eventually want to play one of those.
I kind of want to play him now.
Yeah.
I had no kind of clue what it was, and I just thought it was like a Japanese dating sim visual novel type game. I'm cool with visual novels. Dating sims, not so much. Maybe like they were cool to play when I was like younger.
On
like
Newgrounds.
On Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Like Porn Hunter.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I get it. I'm there. We can
It's like you play one, you played them all.
Yeah.
type thing.
have you.
Those games were actually fun.
Yeah, you're right.
Those I guess risque type dating sim games. Like the gameplay of them was pretty cool. I mean, there was some definite hot garbage. Like it looks like an 8-year-old made it in Flash. For some reason why, but like no, there were some of them that were like well put into like
Do you think I'm
good art and everything.
Yeah.
So that does
Those
sound.
were the
It does
days.
sound like a
So
cool
yeah,
game,
not
though.
a dating sim. I mean,
Good.
it is Japanese as fuck. So like, there are some
Yeah.
sexual innuendos, which kind of are like, oh. Then you kind of remember they're all high school students, and it's like,
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah, but you just got to remember it's fine over there.
I mean, they're at that age where they would make those kind of jokes.
Yeah, I would too.
But
Still
yeah,
today.
Yeah.
Is it? It sounds like it's something with like multiple endings. Am I right or wrong on that?
I don't know. From what I am gathering right now, it is pretty
Linear.
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 Because if you like make a wrong choice in the thing, it's like a game over, and you kind of restart
Okay.
where you are.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because there was one court case where it was like we went through the whole thing, and then it was like, all right, well, it should be pretty obvious who it is at this point. And I'm like, it's not. I don't know who the fuck to choose.
Yeah.
And then like you get like there's like a life system, but it's pretty, at least like the difficulty I'm playing on is pretty lenient. Like if you fail that section, you'll just restart with all your hearts again, like at that section. So it's like infinite guesses.
Yeah.
Like you can up the difficulty and make it real hardcore if you wanted to, but I mean, it's a visual novel.
Yeah.
Why the hell am
Yeah.
I going to do that to
Yeah.
myself?
Does the bear have a name?
Monokuma.
Monokuma. Did they ever kind of argue with them? Like, what if none of us decide to kill each other? What would happen?
Well, you see, so that was kind of like a pact early on, and then the first murder happened. We're like, oh shit, well, you can't trust one another. And then some people got eliminated, and then we were like, all right, well, this is the core group. We're going to try this again. But then he's poking you. So in one of the later chapters, he's like, all right, if you guys aren't going to kill one another, it's getting slow around here. Because he's got like a sense of humor, and he wants to see people die. He's real fucked up.
Will he kill people?
No, that's the rule. He can't kill anyone
So it's kind
because
of like Loki. He'll just like try to.
because
convince
he
others.
wants the game to be played. Now he will do the executing, and holy shit, the executing in this game,
Yeah.
real fucked up.
Yeah.
And it has to do with like their ultimate. So he'll stay in the realm of their ultimate and use their own thing against them and kill them.
That's
Mm.
pretty
And you'll actually see all this.
They won't let you see like gore, but like they usually do the images in a way where you can just kind of let your imagination go with what is happening. There's one, I don't want to get into the actual thing of it, but there was a lot of movement involved. And at the very end of it, you don't see any of it, but at the very end you just see this character's brand of butter just like be made by Monokuma, and it's like, oh, so he spun a lot and is now liquid. Ooh,
got churned.
yeah, exactly. Oh,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
That's like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
yeah, but you don't see any of it. That's the cool part. You just
Okay.
kind of let your
That's
mind
cool.
wander.
That's cool. Yeah, it kind of makes you picture it in your head more instead of actually seeing it drawn out. That's cool.
But yeah, like I said, it has that live system. I think this game's going to tell the story it wants to tell. Oh, but to finish the story, yeah. So no one was kind of killing anyone. So he was like, oh well, I know all your guys' deepest, darkest secrets. I'm going to give you guys some envelopes. I'm going to let you look at what I know. After 24 hours, I'm going to reveal all these secrets unless we get some action going.
Oh shit.
And so, like, you look at yours, and yours isn't that bad, but like you start learning some other people's, and it's like real fucked up.
You have a DeviantArt account. It's
right.
An active DeviantArt account.
You're the top commenter on
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Sonic Fairy Tales active user. You're like, all right,
God.
that's bad.
See you on Club Penguin, y'all.
you still have Habba Hotel, whatever.
Oh man.
Ooh,
But yeah, it's real good. It's a good story.
it's good.
Yeah.
Are the first two connected in any way?
I think they're standalone.
Okay. So that'll be cool.
Same
Like I won't have
Monokuma?
to
Saint Monokuma.
Yeah, and I heard more of the Monokuma family shows up. I heard there's Mrs. Monokuma
All right.
in
I
the
remember
second
seeing- I
one,
remember seeing
and
the
then
trailer,
I think there's
and
kids now in the
there was
third
one-
one. So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Good old
Yeah.
happy family.
So yeah, I want to get through this one. I'm gonna see how I'm feeling after this one. I might jump into the second one.
Nice.
It's nice to get back to the Vita, man. AirPods. God damn.
I know. Me
No
too.
wires.
I know.
I saw you rocking them.
Nintendo. Come on.
I did the same thing. I'm assuming your Vita rediscovery occurred because of Patapon, right?
A little bit, yeah.
That definitely, we played Patapon for the site on PS4, and playing that kind of like started scratching that itch of
We were talking about
A
how
Vita or-
this is cool, but it's definitely it plays on the Vita,
Oh, yeah.
headphones and whatnot.
And then I did the same thing. I ended up grabbing my Vita to go back to Patapon, and having AirPods now, I paired them up, and it was like magic. And then I was like, what's happening on that PlayStation Store? Fired that up. Surprisingly, they're still getting games on the Vita. Like, there were new releases.
There's still like indie developers like actively
Yeah.
releasing
Yeah.
games on the Vita,
which is,
right?
I think, really, really dope.
And there's still a
Um,
lot of cross-buy stuff too.
Yeah. And there was a Bandai Namco sale on Touch My Katamari. And I realized that I didn't have to buy it because I already had it. So I spent half the week playing Katamari. And just like losing myself to that. And sorry, my throat's all stupid now. Come on, voice.
Did you have bad burgers? You stand in the smoke?
No. This was not an E3 nightmare.
I was standing.
Plus, do you see what I got? Outside? Not on the wall. Not.
It's a nice
That's
wall you got
outside.
there.
I see a mark trademark.
No,
Yeah,
we
that's
got.
it.
I see
Residue.
Grease stain.
Yeah.
No, we got ourselves a propane grill. So next E3.
Oh.
Propane.
Oh
Yeah, exactly. Don't have to worry about any of the murder that we had inside of our.
I
our
was
bodies.
standing next to a fire pit the other night, and the smoke hit
It's
me,
hitting
and
you.
it just brought back
All
all
those
the
yeah.
memories of being sick.
It'll
and-
never.
That was okay.
Good.
Were you though? You had gunk coming out of your eyes at one point during E3.
I think I was just having like a bad like
Yeah.
infection from like the weather.
Bad infection from smoke
From the
burgers.
weather or from the charcoal inhalation?
I'm pretty sure I was like that before the burger.
It's all right.
I'm
We're
blaming the
stronger
charcoal.
now
I'm blaming the
because of
charcoal.
this.
But yeah, same thing, man. Like being able to just kind of hang out with one thing in my ear, hear the great music of Touch My Katamari, and roll around with just a weird ass game. Which did you guys play Katamari games at all?
I did not,
on PS2, yeah, I played. I'm not sure if it was a demo or not
Yeah.
of the first one, but I played it a little later. MagFest, believe it or not,
Yeah.
they were doing a cross live stream with another convention where they were doing some kind of charity thing.
Oh,
And anybody could just walk up and play these games and just marathon it, basically.
That's
it was a
cool.
constant live stream. I'm not sure what other convention they were doing it with, but it was a cool partnership. You could see there was like a projection screen showing the other convention
that's
of
dope.
them playing their game while they're watching yours.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
cool.
played a bit then. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. Nobody. I was like, yeah, why not?
Max
Yeah.
Fest.
Yeah. Just got info about that
Yep.
for the
Hotels.
Yeah.
It's the anxiety is real.
So we'll probably see each other there.
Yeah.
You'll see a bunch of Chads and a Jason.
Oh yeah.
That'll be
It's
us.
gonna be great.
Ah,
We're calling it Chad Fest. That's the one character in Friday the 13th who looks
That's
like
a stupid fucking
the
face.
preppy, the infamous bad face, and
Oh,
like the
yeah.
preppy looking guy with a sweater. So there'll be a bunch of us running around like that,
it's pretty good.
and then Jason will just have like a sweater and a wig on,
Oh man.
blending in.
Did you ever play Katamari?
You don't want me to talk about Katamari.
No.
If there's Ben's actual list of top 5 games he hates,
Oh,
Really?
shit.
Katamari is somewhere.
Oh
on that
yeah,
list,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. Let's go.
Like
Final Fantasy 13, join in.
I didn't play Final Fantasy 13 though.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
probably-
It sucks. Yeah, there it is.
I'll put it up there.
I want to know.
My brother went through like the biggest
Say no more.
fucking Katamari Damacy.
This makes sense. Now
And it was, especially at that age, it was probably more than 10 years ago because it was on PS2.
Yeah.
So
he's
we-
playing Damashi. The
Yeah.
first, yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you play games, it's not in your room because if you were lucky enough, you had a TV in your room and you're in a
Right.
fucking console. Everything had to be shared.
Right.
So if I'm on the computer, my brother is in the living room playing PS2 or whatnot, and all I would hear is that fucking music. The music is what gets me.
I What was the music like in the one you were here? Because the one
This
I
is the very
played-
first Katamari.
All right,
on
so
PS2.
would it just loop all the time?
It's just one of these things. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. All right? I'm sitting there. My blood is already boiling from Counter Strike 1.6.
Oh yes,
Someone's
yes.
telling me how they fucked my mom repeatedly, and I keep getting upped. And it's just the last thing I want to hear. Like da 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 da. I'm like, no, stop, stop, stop.
I can understand the PTSD then.
And I just
but-
remember looking, just wondering what the fuck he was playing, and I just see like this ball, and there's like people's feet hanging out of there. I'm like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Cow
want
in
to know
there
what's going
somewhere.
on.
Was it one of
I
those
don't wanna
things
know.
where like you're just getting so pissed, and when you hear it, you're just like, "What
Yes,
are you
yes,
playing?"
yes, 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 yes.
You took it out on him.
Yes, yes.
And this would have been
Yes.
like 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
So you were right at that age of like your body's changing.
Puberty strong,
Things- yeah.
pimples all over the face.
Testosterone through the roof.
Yep.
Mountain
Makes
Dew
sense.
and Doritos by the side.
No, I
Makes
just
sense.
drink chocolate milk.
All right,
Chocolate milk
fair
and
enough.
an excessive amount of honeycomb cereal. That's
Same. That's a substitute. There's a fair substitute.
Nothing about it was sweet though. Ironically,
If you're feeling froggy, I say go around. I would say try this.
You know
Stick
what?
to your guns.
I-
No, fuck that. Stick to your guns.
The thing is, it's
Clearly.
honestly, it's probably if I didn't have to go through that, because I love those weird, quirky games.
Yeah. That's what
I love them.
Yeah. I
Like,
never played
there's-
any of them until this one.
Like it kind of reminded me of this game, Mr. Mosquito. On the
Yeah,
PS2.
that- yep.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that fucking game when it
Yep.
came out.
I was
So-
bad at it.
So, it was a tough game.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I didn't go through that experience with my brother, I kind of would be an active.
Because that's
player
all
on
this
it,
is.
at
Like
least.
the king is so goofy and just weird, and like the music's really really good. Every stage has like this really in this.
See the fire
I
in his
know, I
eyes.
know you want to punch. In this game, the music is dynamic in each level. Like there's one that's like super J-pop. There's one that's like weird traditional. It's all really really good.
It's not that theme.
And I've not heard that theme at all. But every stage has its own like.
Would you play it muted?
I don't know.
I feel like you need. Do you need sound? I've never played one.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
You don't. You just
It's
listen to
not.
your music. And
Yeah.
play it.
I mean, I could have played
Listen
it
to
on mute.
Slayer over top of.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, it's that's what was going on.
Yeah. But it's good. Being back on Vita is good. And then something's up with my battery though, because usually I could leave that thing on standby on my desk for like a week and a half and it's fine. This was like 2 days. Came back to it, just fucking dead. But,
How's the PlayStation, the PS1 game list on Vita? Because you can do.
Decent.
They have a lot of
Pretty good.
like old school PS1 games.
Better than the TV.
really?
Yeah.
There's some games that I can't play on my PlayStation TV, but only on Vita. And I'm like,
Because
Yeah.
they have before Dark Souls. Why can't I think of it?
Demon Souls?
No, before Demon Souls. Something
Armored
Tower,
Core?
Shadow Tower. It's like the
Uh,
Kingsfield type games.
Oh
but
yeah.
this
yeah,
one
yeah.
kind of had like a Bloodborne vibe because like the front cover, it kind of looked like some
A
deep
hunter.
like Nine Inch Nails
It was
album.
PS1?
cover. It was PS1. Yeah. Apparently it wasn't the best game, but I want to play it because it kind of has like that dark gothic vibe to it.
Interesting.
And they have it on the Vita because I
Ah.
picked up my brother's and I was looking at the store and they had it on Vita. It was like
Nice.
$10 or $15 or something.
I say there was only one PS. I'm not really one to play retro games. I'm not the best person at it, but there was only one game that I can't play on it, and that was Metal Gear Solid, the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to go back to that at
Can't
some
you-
point.
That's the only Metal Gear I liked was Solid.
Can't-
I never tried that trick about
Oh,
installing
yeah.
it on PS3 and trying to copy it over.
Yes.
I never did that, but natively, right off the store, I can't get it.
That sucks.
Shadow Tower.
Shadow Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting looking game.
Set on the continent of Eclipse in the holy land of Zeptar. The player takes the role of a mercenary named Russ Hardy.
Oh yeah.
I think it might be Roos.
Oh,
It's two-
Rusty.
It's
Is
two
that one of
U's
the
and
Hardy
one
boys?
and one S. Roos Hardy. Yeah, I don't. This
Get a raging flu?
Did you see the cover for it though?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's got like a weird,
Something holding a baby.
Yeah.
And,
Oh.
yeah.
and it's from software
Yeah.
too. It's like before they started hitting it off with the Souls games.
I might be looking into this soon.
I heard it's. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people play it on YouTube. It looks buggy and the gameplay looks shit, but I mean, I love shitty games, so
Perfect.
I have a feeling I would at least enjoy it somewhat.
But no, Vita is for me the best place to do PS1 stuff and PSP stuff.
Okay. So I need to get one then. Because I've been meaning to.
If you can track down a
Oh,
Vita
no.
at this point, I say do it, man. There's a whole hell of a lot of stuff to play.
Mhm.
I think so. Matt, what else you been playing?
That was pretty much I didn't play much. I didn't have more buy-in. I probably spent more time in that GameStop than I actually did playing.
Jesus.
And that was a couple hours. I played Danganronpa a few hours this
Oh.
week.
Yeah.
Is
that
this
game-
the GameStop at the mall too?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
Dang. All right.
God damn. You just fucking that earring, everything.
Everything about
Just
it.
from looking at him and then standing behind it, that person in line for 20 minutes.
And it's because when you look at
The
him,
price of convenience.
you
It's
see
not convenient though.
it's not. It's a fucking hassle. You see everything
Well, just my
in him
location.
that you hated about yourself when you were a kid because he's just a fucking kid.
Oh no.
Oh no, I still hate myself now.
I know.
Right. Imagine like thinking about
I never grew up. That's just I can't
Yeah.
physically.
But no, I didn't play much else either. Played a little bit of Rabbids.
Man,
I really didn't play that this week.
I'm waiting for an episode where you're like, I beat Final Fantasy 6 so we can talk about it.
I still I'm
Okay,
still
I need to
grinding.
start
No,
up,
I
and I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna beat it before you do.
That will
Please.
be that will happen the same
I've
day
been-
I say
I
played
just want
Final
you to see the
Fantasy
final
13.
boss and just be amazed.
I've been grinding. Every like this
Yeah.
week, like part of my Vita stuff this week was me firing it up and just
that's just part of stuff where you don't feel like it's
yeah.
not worthy.
But I've been grinding. I've been going
Okay.
to Dinosaur Forest and just
All right,
grinding
that's
away.
fine. All right,
We're getting there.
I mean,
I
that's
did-
improvement. I didn't think you even.
No, I've been chipping away. I talked to Sandeep about it, and I was like, "What do I need to do?" And he was like, "Level 40s." And I was like, "All right, I'm like 34."
Oh,
And usually, if I can stay alive for a battle with the dinosaurs, I can get at least one of the characters each battle to hit a new level. Because the Dinosaur Forest is
I like how this game just doesn't care. It's just like you'll suplex a train, you'll fight a typical thing at an opera.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go fight dinosaurs in the forest.
yeah, good.
All right.
Oh, wait, they're not real?
Dinosaurs.
They're just a test. I don't know. I think I have 7 characters right now. I gotta go get that Yeti
Yeah, you
from
gotta-
wherever the
gotta
hell
get that
he
Yeti.
is. With the 7 characters I have right now, they're all mid-30s. But I gotta get the ones I have in the party up to 40-ish. Swap out the party, take them to the forest, get the other half of the party up to 40s.
Now, if this is, I don't know if it's anything like other RPGs, but I'm gonna throw Pokemon in here as an example.
I've heard of Pokemon.
For me, the most annoying part about grinding is constantly stocking on items. Is
What
that a thing here?
what I've had to do recently is I bought a shit ton of sleeping bags
Okay.
because they'll heal your they'll
Like
heal
tents?
a character's. Well, the tent would do the whole party.
Oh, okay.
Sleeping bag will do just your individual character up to 100%. So what I've been doing is I've got Tara in my party, and Tara can she knows life and she knows cure. So if anybody gets knocked out, I use life, revive them, and use cure to heal them back up, and then I use a sleeping bag on her.
Is there an animation for sleeping bag, or is it just instant?
Nah, instant.
Okay,
instant
because
heal.
I think that's why I didn't rely on tents a lot. 'Cause I didn't want to do that stupid animation.
Even this, I feel like
No, it's not stupid, but I just didn't want to deal with it.
I know what you're talking, but yeah, it adds an extra.
Yeah.
I think this is instant.
Okay.
Depending on the menu you're in or wherever. But
Right.
but yeah, no, it's nice because I can use her I can let everybody get knocked out, keep her alive, and then she'll revive them. They only have a little bit of HP. I heal them all the way back up to the top, and then I use a sleeping bag on her to restore her magic, and then dive back into battle, and it's good.
Cause that's always been the thing I've always been like stressed out about.
Yeah.
It's like-
The one thing I've been like pushing remembering to save after every battle. Because there's like a few times where I'm like, I do 2 in a row.
Yeah.
The bad thing about Dinosaur Forest is you'll get,
Is it really called that?
I think it's what people refer to it too.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's literally a forest that only dinosaurs spawn. And they're
Well,
really,
makes
really,
sense.
yeah.
It's like they couldn't call it Jurassic Park. They had to call it Dinosaur Park.
Yeah. But usually if you have one dinosaur, you're good. Because you can just fuck them up. If there's 2, they'll do this weird attack where they just rip a hole into space and then just do like thousands of damage to each of your instant kill. Not fun. So usually if I see that pop up, I try and warp as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I'm just like, yep,
They just open a black hole. You think a meteor destroyed us? No, we summoned that shit.
right.
This is for you.
But yeah, that's about it. Did a little Switch stream. halfway through the week. Revisited
I watched a little bit of
I
it.
watched a little bit of that as
thanks,
well.
thanks. Yeah, it's, 6 months of Switch.
You were on Breath of the Wild when I was watching.
Yeah, so I did a bunch of that. I did that's the fucked up thing, man. Breath of the Wild, so good. Like 6 months in, I put 80-something hours into that game. I'm on a random stream just celebrating 6 months of it, and I found something completely brand new I had never seen before.
That's cool.
It was like a whole new puzzle, and I discovered a shrine on the street. It was cool.
That's cool.
Switch is good stuff. But yeah, Ben, what you been playing?
PUBG.
Ah,
I had another heart attack.
what?
I was playing a couple of my friends, and then they logged off, and I was like, I'll just do one bullshit round, just jump out of the plane to the military base and just have a nice old shooting fest,
Yeah.
So I get out, land, and somehow I survive the military base. So it's like, I guess
Because that's where everybody drops off to just.
usually, like, it has a lot of like hot spots. The military base is definitely one of them. So I survived that, and then before you know it, it's me and one guy, and that's it. And I am shaking, like, because I didn't notice it at first, but then like you see like the player count on the top right, and then it's like so and so got killed, and I'm just like, oh no. I'm like, as I see like the kill feed pop, I'm just like, oh no, like I'm already starting like shaking about it. So I'm running around, and then I didn't know where he was, and then I just hear like in the distance just this big ass like sniper rifle. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not even gonna try. So I just like ran behind a tree to like get some kind of cover, and then just poof, like right in the head.
Motherfucker.
And it's like number 2. I was like, no, so close, like by myself. So
Dang.
that was that. That was. I mean, other than that, just here and there, just normal random rounds with friends.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be some update coming out soon. They said there's gonna be a new gun, and there's gonna be some fog effects, getting nice little spooky for
That's
Halloween.
cool.
Yeah.
Fog effects that you can trigger, or ones that are just kind of.
No, it's just like when the round starts. Like sometimes it's daytime, sometimes it's kind of like
okay.
sort
It's
of
just a weather
nighttime.
condition.
It's a
Is
weather
that
condition.
gonna
It's a weather
fuck with
condition.
any line of sight stuff with sniper rifles?
I don't know though.
Hopefully.
I was thinking that too. See, I was thinking maybe the fog effect would help with the performance because then it kind of cuts the draw distance.
yeah.
But I don't know.
We like a good draw distance in
Has
that
there
game because
been-
distance matters. There's a
Yeah.
bullet drop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The bullet and the
Yeah.
bullet drop it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know how to mess with it, if they're long distance, they're far
Zeroing.
range.
It's
Yeah.
all about zeroing.
Yeah.
I was like, does this game have like one of those things where you can like click to determine like the wind and everything, so your bullets can have a straighter shot?
Yeah.
Not-
it
Well,
doesn't
distance wise, that's zeroing. But you're
Like, I'm not sure what the proper term for it all is, so like pardon me on that. But like, dude, I mean, my only knowledge is movies, but there's like a second dude with like a scope or something and telling you.
Oh,
like,
it's not that
know,
intense. It's
no.
not that intense. Arma, well, Daisy was kind of like that because it's
Was
a
it?
military simulator, so
Yeah,
they need
right,
it to be
right.
that
It
way.
was like a
but,
mod, whatever.
but yeah, I mean, this one it's just the bullet drop it's obvious. It's not like in Call of Duty when you can shoot across the map just zooming in on a site. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Every YouTube compilation. Yep. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm still waiting for vaulting though because if there's one thing that legit pisses me off about that, it's
Yeah.
when there's this little fence and you can't jump over it because
yeah.
you can. No, you can,
Ah.
but you can't because you can't vault yet. So you can see.
fence this big, put it on
Yep.
the ground, you can't walk over it.
You can even see the character like
Try.
over,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
it's just vaulting, not here yet.
The hype
Good
is
game.
So real. in that
Pre-alpha.
Good game.
GG.
Yeah.
This game just surpassed League of Legends.
Yeah.
Mm.
and League of Legends has been like the highest viewed game for 3 years.
I think it's the same thing with Dota. Like it had more
There was
concurrent
there,
players
there's some days when there's more players, but then Dota just like nope. Like,
yeah.
it's like it's because Russia didn't log on
But
yet.
like,
Yeah.
I just keep seeing
We are a strong community in the Dota.
I just keep seeing more and more stuff about PUBG, and like I do want I've been wanting to play.
I
just
wish
don't
this
have.
boy could make it run. It can't.
It is
I
something
I
you
go
need.
back to it every
Can,
couple updates and see if it's optimized. That can't.
It's on. Is it coming to Xbox or is it on Xbox?
So
now?
about that, it's coming to Xbox.
and is it crossplay?
They're saying it's going to be crossplay. So
If I can win this
There's-
Xbox from Taco Bell,
Yeah.
there's been talks. I don't know if you heard. Are you,
tread carefully.
about
Tread carefully. I think there's a show and tell topic.
should I? Should I press pause? Should I
Press pause on that.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
pause
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Unless you just want to.
How
I'm
about
looking
this?
at you, Joe.
How
What do you
about
want to
this?
do here?
You got you whatever you if you
I
want.
won't bring it up. If it's not what you're going to talk about in show and tell, I'll just say, "Hey, this is what I was talking about." I'm not going to make a conversation out of it.
I would say
Yes,
This
yes,
and this.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
okay,
I know.
okay.
I know.
let's just do it. Just do it now.
No, man. No.
All right, well then this is mine.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the show and tell. It's a segment we do every week, where we find a piece of news and we bring it to the table and we discuss.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Perfect.
Matt, what are you doing this week? Oh yeah, so earlier in the week on Monday,
Yeah.
Xbox started talking about they're looking into keyboard and mouse support.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the interview about that.
Huh.
It was like at a press conference.
Okay, actually, my conversation was kind of about that, but not really. But
Huh.
it's directly involved with that.
All
Mine
right.
was basically the aim assist for Xbox.
Oh,
Players.
is that what they're doing?
That's what they're saying.
Huh.
And then there's
But
that too.
this, I
Yeah.
think, because as much aim assist as you want,
No, nothing
mouse
compares
and
to mouse and
keyboard,
keyboard.
you're
Nothing
gonna get
compares,
your ass
yeah.
kicked
Nothing compares.
9 times out of 10.
I'd rather play on PC than Xbox in my opinion.
Mhm.
Mm.
Even
But
though I'm
if you're
playing-
upgrading your Xbox One or you're looking for that, if someone's buying the Xbox One X, or we'll just call it the Xbox for short,
Hey, you guys remember the Xbox? Which one?
Okay, which one? One.
Who
Oh.
cares?
yeah,
Which one?
um, yeah, I think having keyboard and mouse support, like, it's more palpable.
That was halfway.
your prediction.
That was
I know.
halfway. The built-in Steam support, I thought they were really going to go
Mhm.
some ballsy shit there, but
But they can't do Steam because fuck Steam. Steam, everybody's getting pissed off at Steam now. It's too. Couple years back, before the Steam box was a weird idea.
Mine's more against Valve because
That's-
of Half-Life, but
Oh,
That's
yeah,
another story.
I understand.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
hey, you know what did have mouse and keyboard support?
That's true.
This guy right here.
so yeah,
Super Nintendo?
Yes.
so yeah, going back to the show and tell thing.
Yeah.
PS3, not Dota.
SOCOM.
No, not so. Well, maybe they had
That
it,
had
but
keyboard support.
Counter-Strike Source, when it first released and it was on PS3 and it still had
Right, right.
servers.
No, that was,
and
that
stuff.
was
Go,
Go.
go,
It was
go.
Go.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
go.
Did
I
it
had
have-
mouse and keyboard
did it
support on
really?
PS3,
Yeah, I
and
remember
that's how I
that.
played on it.
Oh,
I
wow.
remember that.
made some makeshift thing, and I fucking shit on people because they were using a goddamn controller like
I
a
don't-
jackass.
Especially Counter-Strike, I don't know how you can play that without a mouse.
It wasn't
and
great.
keyboard.
I tried, and then I realized mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's a totally different.
You know what was
game.
great for Phantasy Star on GameCube? They made a GameCube controller
Oh,
with a keyboard and it
The
controls on the side.
Right.
There you go.
Fucking weird. I love that.
Yeah,
I need
man.
to find one of those. That's what. Plug that into my Wii U and play some fucking Smash
No, you
Brothers.
need
on
to
the
go to
keyboard.
MagFest and go in fighting tournaments and specifically bring that controller. Like a melee tournament.
It's the player,
So
it's
good.
the player 2
From
controller.
the
Oh,
side.
here, you can have this one. Has boogers all over it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
it's gonna be weird, but it's gonna divide the community because now like your Battlefields and your Call of Duty,
Yep.
it's like you're casual.
Exactly. It's going to fuck up the whole
It's gonna be
system.
weird.
I don't think...
And then do you filter out that, or can Xbox?
That's
even
what they're
wreck
saying.
it?
Yeah,
that-
they're working on that.
Yeah.
They're trying to be careful.
But
with,
then
like,
what's that
how they
community
wanna
look
do it.
like? And why don't you just fucking get a PC at that point?
I
I would
only...
say it's
Because
like,
I think people are still afraid of PCs. I think people are still afraid to invest the money and the. You know what I mean? Like, it is more cost effective to buy a PC, but there's all of that other shit that comes with buying and building a PC.
You got to maintain it. You got to take care of it.
And there's a lot of people that it's easier for them to go, that box, give me that box.
Steambox.
It's called an Xbox.
Like, I want it to happen, the crossplay thing, because my girlfriend's brother-in-law, it's exactly that. He
Yeah.
plays games, but he's married. He has a kid. He's about to have 2 more kids. They're twins.
Oh, God.
And he's like, the last thing I want to fucking do is drop all this money on a PC.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to take care of a PC.
Right,
He has an Xbox specifically for that.
right.
So that's
It's
that's
easy.
who it's for.
It's,
That's who it's for.
it's palpable.
Yeah.
It's, it's, I don't know. You guys, what are you doing with Xbox? Anybody here? I know E3 we were all kind of like, yeah.
What do you mean?
if I
Buying it, not buying it?
No. I'm done buying. I think I'm done buying consoles. Honestly.
Yeah?
I mean, Nintendo, I'll still
Yeah.
fuck with.
I know that feeling.
But I mean, it's at a rate now. Everything. Not to bring up, the old days when a console would come out with a game. Yeah, there was multi-platform, whatever.
Yeah.
But there were so many unique games tied to that console.
Yeah.
Now it's less and less than that. And for someone like me who does like to fuck with buying computers and buying a NVIDIA 1070
Right.
for $450, that's what I did.
Jesus.
So
That's a console. That's an Xbox One X.
Exactly.
Right.
3 days
So-
grace, 1X.
I'm at that rate now. It's like, okay, but everything that comes out now, I'm playing it on PC anyway. I haven't touched my PS4 in over 2 years now. I
Yeah.
played Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, but no, honestly, I'll probably play it again for Nier.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
apparently the PS4 version's better, like
Uh,
in terms of
There's some
stability.
weird performance things, but I think there's been patches.
I
and
think
stuff
that
since.
the same guy that did the Dark Souls fix on PC did another one for
Okay.
Nier. So I don't know.
So Nier fix then. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have a reason to play consoles anymore.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for my friends, I probably wouldn't have got a PS4 to begin with.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
knowing, the one I got freaking gets overheated and turns off.
Yeah.
So, because Destiny, that's the longest I've played a game in a while on that thing. And, after, a couple hours, it was just, instant shut off.
That sucks.
I think it was trying to draw too much power from the outlet that wasn't given enough. So,
Well, but you
Have you
built.
bought insurance for your Destiny disc?
it's digital.
When did you build your PC? You've had it for a while.
I never
right?
really built it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It was my dad wanted to get me a birthday present, and it was kind of a budget, and I just went to Best Buy and got a dumb HP computer, but I got a separate used Nvidia card to put in it.
Right.
Oh, that's
right.
cool.
That's about as much as I did, and
But-
I can run basically 360 PS3 era games.
That's what I mean, though. It's been some time
Besides-
since you've done that, right?
Yeah, I mean the computer has since then has not been that great at performing stuff, and I'm really out of date with games today.
Still, though. I know.
I mean, I
but
can
the-
still play indie games, no problem.
Yeah, but the
but-
idea is you've done that a while ago for a low amount of money.
Yeah.
Think about since
Just bare
then,
minimum, that's been my preferred choice just because of the variety. It's
Yeah.
very versatile.
And
then
since then you
hooking a
probably
controller into it changed everything.
yeah you would have had to have bought a PS3 or a 360, then a PS4 to get what you've already done for probably far less money
And an online subscription,
and for time. Yeah,
I can't stand.
That's another one.
It's
That's another one.
just pay for the internet. That should be your online subscription.
and it was one thing when you would get cool shit, but now I can't remember the last time I gave a shit about anything I got from PlayStation Plus.
I mean,
That's
get
a
it.
lie.
I get free
had
games.
had a full boyfriend.
The free
Sorry.
games monthly, that's fine. But more than half the time, I'm not playing them. I'm just clicking the thing to own it, just so I
Yep,
have
that's
it.
exactly
That's
what I did.
I've not.
It's become like a collectible.
I don't think I've legitimately played any of those games since.
I have. There's a few. Killing Floor 2 is pretty fun. But that's about it lately.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember one. I think the extra discount that I've gotten on some things has been nice, but
The reason why I'm utilizing my PS4 more now than my PC is because I don't have to worry about running games.
right,
And
yeah,
I
you
can
know
just play
it
it
all.
on there, and then
Yeah.
all right.
That's definitely the console.
The only downfall is that if I want to play a first-person shooter, I have to just suck it up and use a controller
Yeah,
because I
Mhm.
prefer mouse keyboard.
I mean, because actually into the other game that I was playing recently.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
to cut you
No,
off.
no,
Yeah.
no.
no,
I'm
wait,
glad.
it's good.
When it comes to PC game versus console, not necessarily competing against each other, just the two different worlds, I will legit have an old man geezer moment for a good 5 hours straight about it.
Yeah.
So whenever there's a chance to talk
Mhm.
about it, I'm down to talk about it. Just so you know. But New Vegas,
Yeah, how's it going?
okay, I don't know if maybe it's just when you get older, you appreciate gaming moments more because you don't play them as much as you did when you were younger. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I get that.
I specifically remember my preteen years. I would wake up, play Final Fantasy X for a good 8 hours, and then just stay up all night and playing Counter-Strike. And that's legit all I would do in the summer.
Mhm.
So,
What happened to what about Morrowind? That was a.
don't
I know.
did I tell you that story about me and Morrowind? I would wake up 3 hours early before school just to sneak in some Morrowind time,
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Keeps
But
you
yeah.
going throughout the day.
So I don't know. Maybe it was you get burned out from it, maybe, or it kind of just doesn't certain things don't phase you anymore when you're at that age
Because you're just numb to it all.
because you're not necessarily numb to it, but it just happens so much That's why I think
there's nothing that stands out.
Yeah, that's why I think Bloodborne is legit my favorite game because especially at that time, I didn't play games for like a good 4 or 5 months, like Counter-Strike here and there. And then I just went into Bloodborne, and it was like I was playing video games for the first time in my life again.
That's how I felt with Hotline Miami.
Hotline, great game. Great game.
Just like I was following it as soon as it came out. I was like, all right, I'll play a little bit and go to bed. No, I beat the whole thing, and I stayed up. I was like, oh well, shit. I think I love this game.
Yeah.
So that's New Vegas.
Yeah.
I started doing the DLC because when I bought it, the Steam sale, it was the Mega Deluxe Digital Edition. So I have all this DLC, and I'm like, fuck, why not?
Yeah.
So I went, and I'm in this. The first DLC I found, it's like you go to some drive-in theater, and there's this like satellite that crashed, and it's like come back at midnight and see the special viewing. So you go at midnight, and it's like, hey, you can either go further into it and look into it, which takes you to the DLC level, but it's like, you have to be level 15 or whatever. Or it's required. Level 15. So I waited till I was level 15. I finally did it. And the story is really fucking cool. It's like you're warped into this, like, it's called like the Big MT.
Okay.
And you're like a science experiment, and you wake up in like a hospital gown, and you go upstairs, and it's just these like advanced computers, like just amazed that you're alive.
Nice.
And it's apparently there's like the evil computer, and you have to help these guys overcome the evil computer. So this place, it's like a wasteland of a wasteland of like a failed science experiment. So you're running outside, and there's these like other failed science experiments guys that have like these weird helmets on and like hospital gowns. It's very like post-apocalyptic, fucked up. It's a lot of fucking fun.
That's really cool.
It's a lot of, so yeah, I've been doing that too, and it's I haven't beat it yet, the DLC. There's a lot of like not hidden, but extra missions to do inside of DLC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I probably won't finish New Vegas for another 3 years because there's also like 5 other DLC that came with it, and if it's all like this, I'm gonna have one long ride. I'm down. I mean, I've been limiting myself too. Like each night I'll play until like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get back to that phase of when I'm playing it all night and I'm not really
taking it in.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in for what it is. Like, all right, I'm going to stop now. I'm good to go.
I think it's smart, though, because there's so many times where, like, like, even Rabbids. Like, Rabbids, I, like, dove in fucking hard. And by the first day, I was like, all right, I got it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I spent another week, like, kind of begrudgingly going through the second world. And it's not a bad game. I just, like, too much of it was killing me. And now I'm, like, way slow with it. Like, I'll play it every couple of nights. Mm-hmm. And I'll do, like, a stage or two or, you know, a battle or two and then move away. And it's much more, like, I'm appreciating it more being kind of in spurts rather. It's like fucking the Halloween Oreos I just bought. Because you have to have those, obviously. They taste better and they look better. Although I'm a little mad because Nabisco fucked up this year. They didn't put special little spooky guys on there. It's just the regular old Oreo cookie.
Oh, come on. Really?
I know. Yeah. Different packaging, different color cream.
BS.
No special ghosts on the outside, motherfuckers. But if I eat 2 of them after a meal, as you should, oh, so good. Earlier today, before you guys got here, that's the thing, before you guys got here, I ate like 7 of them. And I went to go reach for 8th, and I was like, I don't want to eat these. Fuck these.
That's kind of a good, like, way to put it. Not really a metaphor, but I know exactly what you mean.
Too many Oreos, man.
Too many Oreos.
It's too many Oreos.
Is that the episode name?
I think we got it. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got show and tell, because we haven't done any show and tell so far.
Nope.
None at all. And then we got a cool question of the week. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Free Cheese, episode 214. It's time for Show and Tell. It's a weekly segment where we find things on the internet, we bring them here, show them to each other, and tell you all about why they're cool as shit. Matt.
Damn, that's some deja vu right there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never happened. We didn't do it yet. Don't know what you're talking about. Nope.
Mark? What do you got?
Nothing too great, but I do find this interesting.
Tell me of this.
A little earlier before we started, I found out that LA Noire coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Who asked for this?
No one.
Well, PS4 and Xbox One too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just
It's
that
weird.
that just makes me wonder:
It's really weird.
am I able to play Red Dead on my Switch?
No. Why? What's wrong with Red Dead?
I just
never
mean
played
I just mean it's not gonna. Well, it's not
Oh.
not a good game. It's fucking
Well, that's your
Oh.
opinion.
Cowboys.
No,
and
no,
horses
no,
and
no. We're
bullshit.
stopping this one right here. There's lines we don't cross. I won't cross some of yours. You don't cross that one. I got the name Merpston for a reason.
It's fair. It's fair.
Red Dead's a great game.
I've heard nothing but good things.
It's a great game.
Mhm.
It's a great game.
What's wrong,
Mark.
Bill?
GTA horses.
That's right. Remember,
So-
he's the one that plays trash like Lightning Returns. Just remember that, Mark. Remember that.
That's fine. It's fine.
Carry
It's
on.
whatever. Everybody's own opinions. Whatever.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean that like
No, I'm wondering because like weren't you were saying earlier you think it might be like multiple
Someone was saying it.
cartridges?
No, not multiple cartridges, but
Or-
they said the
he was saying like back in the old days, like you would like, every console would have a different thing. Is that what you're talking about?
no. You were upstairs.
Yeah.
'Cause
What?
When it was
Yeah.
just me and him, and when he brought it up,
Yeah,
I
I
read
misheard.
somewhere that the Switch version might be more expensive because
More expensive.
of the cartridge.
Interesting. Which yeah, that seems to be a running trend with Switch. Is
Yeah.
this like extra $10?
But it's also coming to Japan too. So I'm really
weird.
curious to see this game dubbed in Japanese.
And I
Yeah.
swear to God, I hope in the options menu there is the Japanese audio version instead.
yeah.
'Cause
Well, you
that's how
can-
it will be played.
The cool thing about the eShop now is that you can make a Japanese account and you can download things from it.
Oh yeah.
It does a weird thing where like
Seems
if
a
you
hassle. To have like 2 accounts.
yeah, but if there's something that comes out only over there, you can
Yeah.
kind of get it and
But it's
some,
region free.
meaning you can easily
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I can't make a Japanese account on my 2DS right now.
Yeah, and I
Like
like
it's region locked.
yeah.
My friend actually bought a Japanese 3DS
Yeah,
for
Good
stuff
for
like
them.
that.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like LA Noire, it was I don't know why that's happening. Like was that game ever really that
I do like the concept of it. I think that
the concept sure.
even though they make some funny faces, I do like
yeah.
I do like the details that are put into all parts of the face. And
No,
not
it was
just,
really
like, the
impressive,
mouth.
but then,
Especially at
like-
the time, it was
Yeah.
out of this world.
The
Mark.
forehead wrinkles were amazing.
Yeah.
Let's bring the Friday the 13th facial animations to LA Noire.
I'm okay with that.
yeah.
But I'm not lying.
The but I don't think that necessarily means Red Dead. And you mean Red Dead 2 or 1?
One. Like I see them reviving like older Rockstar games.
That would be cool if they did that.
Because just the fact that a Rockstar, I mean, even though this is probably like the tamest Rockstar game out of all of them, probably.
well, Manhunt, but yeah, go ahead.
Just the fact that that's a
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah,
like besides GBA having the like one GTA game, the Chinatown
Oh,
DS.
that was- yeah, Chinatown.
DS.
Wars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was DS. But
Yeah, yeah.
just that.
I know,
And then
yeah.
having this, like, it's weird to see Rockstar on Nintendo.
Table tennis.
Did that come
That-
to Wii?
No, I'm saying that's your
No.
tamest one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for games like this, where it's like the open world, third person thing,
Yeah.
whatever.
That'd be cool. I would buy it again.
I never played Alien. I have it on PC,
I
but
never
I've
played it.
never.
I'm talking
never
about Red
played
Dead,
it.
sorry.
Oh yeah, no Reddit. I would totally like if I get an Xbox. I'm gonna buy that again.
No, I made it very clear that I want third party support. So now when there's $60 game to $60 game, I got.
So you buying LA Noire now? Just so
I
you
didn't
can-
ask for that. I don't know who asked for that. I mean, I asked for shit like wrestling and Rocket League.
Yeah. And now you got it.
Yeah, I just think that's really. It's really
I'm just
I know.
surprised, especially recently with GTA Online and how they basically just forgot about single player DLC because of it.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised they're focusing,
Yeah.
not necessarily focusing, but jumping back to something like LA Noire.
And they're
You
doing
realize that they probably made that money in one day on GTA Online
That's
to make
true.
LA Noire.
Well, the
Yeah,
one the
that's the
online
scary
is
part.
just to hold people over between them making games because it takes them forever.
a yeah.
So they're just like, all right,
But
we
they
could just.
constantly update that stuff,
Yeah.
though.
They're doing a player unknown thing
Mhm.
in GTA now.
So is
Really?
this
Yeah. It's not as, but it's
On a
like
smaller scale,
there's
yeah.
a circle in a building and
Smuggler's Run
it's,
thing?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, but it's all
Um,
last man standing.
Is it just a direct port? That's
So the PS4, I assume PC and Xbox versions are
Like upscale.
upscaled.
I think it's already out on PC.
Okay,
All right.
so they're upscaled. If you're playing on PS4 Pro or Xbox One X, it'll play in native 4K with 4K
Okay.
assets. The Switch version, the way they advertise that one is that Experience LA Noire remastered or something like that with special Joy-Con control. Like they called out the features of the Switch where they kind of like I don't know.
I'm curious of how it looks on the Switch, like
Yes,
graphics wise.
me too.
I'm not saying the Switch is a weak system, but I
No, but
I mean,
it's
it still is like the weakest of the three,
Yeah.
but not by far. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if they have Final Fantasy 15 coming on it,
that did you see the update on that though?
Yeah.
oh,
The update was like, yeah, we tried to run our engine on there, and LOL, nah.
oh, how recent was that?
just burned
Some
down the
point this
Switch.
week.
ago.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
like, because
Yeah.
it was like out of that stuff, they were like, yeah, we want to do it. It rhymes with Twitch,
Yeah.
and then yeah, there was a thing this week where they're like, yeah, we tried to just like
All they have to do.
control
But
save
how
as.
hard
Simplest
did
thing
they
here.
try? That's the thing.
No.
And I don't trust that company as far as
No.
I can throw them.
No, but I
They
think
did not try hard
I
enough.
think the idea is that they built an engine, and I don't know anything about video game development, but they built an engine that was scalable to each of the platforms, and it was easy for them to go from PS4 to Xbox One, and now they're bringing that game to PC, and I think it was easy for them to kind of go boom, boom, boom. Obviously, you need to like rewrite your engine to work and
Yeah, you
whatever.
just move the engine from
I
there
know,
to there,
I know.
and you
Save
hit.
Like
you-
I said,
instead of
you
1080p at
Control C,
900p.
Control V.
Unity has the select platform you want to use. That's real.
There it is.
But-
Not kidding.
But I think they tried to do that on Switch, and it was just like, oh no, wait, the Switch can't. They need to optimize they can't. It's not as easy to just do it. They need to do some optimization.
I would be completely fine if they kept the controls of the main game, but just use that Pocket Edition graphics.
hmm That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
because it's gonna.
I would be
it's
okay
gonna
with that.
different against using it on a TV.
right,
You know, so
right.
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the precedent that's being set though. You know, like
Yeah.
fucking bring everything to
It
Switch.
kind of makes
Mhm.
me think. I kind of believe From Software a little more about being a third party for Switch.
If Dark Souls, if From Software really does the Dark Souls trilogy on Switch because they already had it running, that's
Money.
something you need to buy
I will
for starters.
immediately.
That's
Well,
where I
here's the
jump in
thing.
at.
They also
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to make a trilogy for all of them.
Yeah,
Not because I want to play them all. I almost bought the 2 from the sale,
yeah.
but the first I want to play the first one.
Yeah.
And that's not on there. And it's like, man, I'm not getting the PS3 just for that.
Wait, what? You can buy one.
get on PC.
I can't.
You
Didn't
might
they-
be able. You may be able to run it.
Didn't they bring
I
Dark Souls
tried.
1
Oh, you
over to
did?
PS4?
I can't run.
Okay.
I can't run Deadly Premonition.
All right.
I don't know
Okay.
why.
That's
Yikes.
I can run Dead Space, but I
I
can't
was
run
gonna say,
Deadly
run Dead
Premonition.
Did they bring Dark Souls 1 to PS4, or was it just 2?
no. It was just two
2 and
because
3.
it was like an updated version.
Right,
Yeah,
of
it, was,
two.
it had to be Skylar the First Sin. You had to
Yeah.
get, yeah.
Got it. Yeah,
All
I
right,
know.
Deadly Premonition. I highly doubt that was your fault, and it
No,
was
I was.
probably the
Here's the
game's
thing,
fault.
though. I was able to run that before. For some reason, I can't now. So
That game- all right.
it's my fault for some reason. But that's a game that it's like, yeah, it's
that was
crappy,
free
but
on
I like
PlayStation
it.
Plus. Don't
I
worry.
need to play. It's on my. I own it.
Dude, the main
on Steam.
player, when you're just driving around, he just spits out movie facts like nobody's business. He is an IMDb. Like it's great. You
I
learn.
need to play
You
it.
learn things.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with that. I want everything to come to Switch.
Yeah.
Near Automata. Come on. Ben, show me something. Tell me something.
Kinda since Dreamcast is 18, kinda Dreamcast related.
Legal.
I'm glad I'm not the one who said it because I was 5 seconds away from saying it.
No, especially because I'm like subscribed and I follow all of like the Dreamcast fan pages on Twitter and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Facebook, so it's nothing but Dreamcast on my fan. But it's just I would say ever since probably Xbox 360 and PS3 came out, this rumor comes out once a year, and it finally came out again this year. It's the Shenmue 1 and 2 HD remake are coming. Someone posted on Reddit. There's a link on that goes to some game site that I've never heard before. It's probably some like somewhere in Europe.
Amazon.fr.
It's not even like Amazon. Yeah, it's not even Amazon. It's just some site I legit never heard of.
Huh.
But if you click the link, it takes you to the page for the game. But there's no like box art
yeah,
or
yeah.
price or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it's bullshit, just because
Hmm.
I've had to deal with this for ever since like
I know.
Shenmue 3 just wasn't ever gonna happen back then.
But
Yeah.
But
come on,
there's still that, it's just like Mother 3. There's still that hope.
Mother
still
3's
the hope.
coming this year, motherfucker.
There's still that hope.
Well, look, I know we didn't quite have the Year of Dreams at E3, but I'm still not giving up on the part 3 of Year of Dreams.
Dude, TGS is this week.
As I'm saying,
it is.
Is it this week or is it next?
But the thing about this rumor is, this is the most, like, I would say legit.
Within a realm of
Rumors.
reason.
Of them?
Just
You got-
because of
yeah.
the third one backing it.
Because before it's just been like, did you see the IGN site? Or IGN article? But the IGN article would be like, our sources have said that it was coming on 360.
well, fuck
You know what I mean?
IGN.
No, fuck IGN. Too much water. They suck. You guys get that reference?
I
Too
wish
much
I did.
water?
Oh,
Okay,
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. God damn it.
But yeah, but in terms of rumors, this rumor in particular, it's kind of, it's more legit than the other ones. It's not just word of
I
mouth.
think it's gonna happen.
Wait, is Too Much Water?
It has to
because
happen.
people like me
Pokemon.
have never
Yeah,
played a Shenmue
Okay,
game.
I thought it was gonna be Wind Waker.
The reason why they say it hasn't happened was because of copyright and branding issues, especially in the Japanese version. Because the vending machines in the Japanese version, it said Coca-Cola on it. So they're saying there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot
Put
of
Pepsi
stuff
on
like
it
that.
and
Yeah,
call it a
there
day.
is so many like
Mm-hmm.
branding
Yeah.
advertisements. I would just make a world that just mock up versions of all things.
Mhm.
I mean, like GTA.
But it's also Sega, and they have lost the source code to a lot of their games, like the Panzer Dragoon game that people want. One on Saturn. What was it?
Right. Yeah.
The really good one on Saturn. That's supposed to be
Panzer-
like the best game ever on Saturn.
Panzer Dragoon.
I've only
No, there's two of them on.
Oh.
There's one on Xbox.
Yeah, there's one on Xbox.
I've been wanting to play it, and that's hard to find. That's a rare
Original Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a pricey
Mhm.
game.
The Saturn game, too, is really like.
But I've always wanted to play that series because
Mhm.
it just looks like Star Fox with dragons.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. But yeah, they lost the source code of that, so it's like
Damn.
if there's any hopes of an HD remake are just out the window.
Yeah.
So that's what people are also saying about Shenmue 1.
That's
It's
so
like,
weird if
well,
they-
what if they did? But I don't think they. I don't know. It's weird.
Wait, didn't they deal with a flood?
Well,
Sega?
they had the
Yeah.
tsunami back in.
Yeah, yeah.
No, not was it 2010?
Do you just think there wouldn't be like a code on like any of the discs they produced?
I don't know. I have
No,
clue
no,
of
no.
it.
Because then that would mean that someone could rip open all their secrets and take them.
We do that already.
No, we don't get the
Yeah.
source code.
We
usually don't get
we find content locked on a
Mm-hmm.
disc.
but we don't get the source code usually.
That
All
is
right.
true.
Sorry, Tokyo Game Show's next week. I
Next
think.
Well, even if not there, December is the PSX.
Mm-hmm. That
So,
is true. Yeah, that is in December. I
There's-
mean, I'm hopeful.
There's
Just-
hope.
I've been hopeful for Shenmue 3 since Shenmue 2 came
Yeah.
out.
I'm curious because I've never played a Shenmue game, and they see meta as fuck, and I think I might like
The
that.
thing,
Because the only way to play them now is to.
Dreamcast
That's it.
and Xbox, because Xbox you can play Shenmue 2, because they ported Shenmue 2 to Xbox, which is kind of
So
the superior version because of the updated
right.
graphics and whatnot.
Hmm.
But no, though, I mean, at least for the English, you have to get the UK version, because if you get the Japanese version, it doesn't have English subtitles. The UK
God.
version has English subtitles. I only know that because we bought it from Pandora's Cube. We got the Japanese version at first.
Full circle.
So we had to go back and get the
God
the
Or
UK
should I say-
version.
Spiral.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah,
Like that.
yeah.
Only because of that reason, the UK version was a lot harder to get, and the Japanese version not so much because
That's
no one
fucked
could
up.
read or speak Japanese.
Wow.
But yeah,
Some
so
people could.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say some prayers to baby Jesse.
I'll say this: there's a better chance of that happening in Half-Life 3. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. There's actually a game jam that I was about to sign up for, but I'm not going to do it. It's just your version of Half-Life 3.
That's fucking
And it's
cool.
like, fuck it, it's not coming out, let's just make it. So now, like, a bunch of people are doing a game jam of, like, a prototype.
do a
old
dating sim.
Yeah.
Do a Flash
Yep.
dating sim,
City
Yes,
17.
it has to be in Flash.
and
It needs to be in
and
Flash.
in
CS6.
in it you say, "Whoops, I'm sorry, I can't finish this date," and you turn and pick up your phone. You go, "I have to take this call," and you go to the bathroom and you play a puzzle popper game, match 3, that slowly reveals nude images of women underneath of it.
You'll see the body, but the head's just Gordon.
where's
Yep.
the crowbar
Yeah.
coming here?
You
That's
lock
what you-
yourself in the stall, and
With
then
the crowbar.
Gordon
Got it,
Freeman
alright.
has to
Yeah.
break you out.
Exactly.
You don't play as
Oh.
Gordon. he's coming to save you, and then he looks at you and he says, I can talk now. I've saved your life. You owe me nothing. And then that's the end of Half-Life 3. I don't know what happened to What's-Her-Face.
Well, it's supposed to be episode 3, right? Half-Life 2 episode 3.
I don't think it
that's
matters.
what everybody.
Someone just wants a goddamn 3
it's just
somewhere.
not ever coming out.
Yeah.
Which is
No, it's just
very
whenever I said
unfortunate.
Half-Life 3, I thought that's what they meant was that.
I think they
Because because how episode 2 ended, I think everybody was
It was a
originally referring
cliffhanger.
to.
But then
it
I
as
think the
episode
fact that
3,
they
but it
didn't
just
develop it
became-
for so long, everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you can't give us episode 3. We need the whole thing. So
Yeah.
we'll give you the whole thing. It's a goddamn dating sim, puzzle popper,
Yeah.
nudity game."
Well, it just sucked because there's been interviews with Gabe Newell when he's been like, our team's working on the next version of Half-Life.
Yeah,
Here's everything but Half-Life.
yeah. Here's a Dota 2 card game, motherfuckers.
Oh god, that reveal. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, even fans we got Black Mesa.
Yeah,
have you ever played that?
Yeah, I have
That's-
it.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Well, the unfinished one.
yeah,
I don't know if they updated it.
I didn't have the updated one either.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Matt. Oh wait. So Glixel, you know Glixel?
Excuse me.
Yep.
Fair place.
Glixel is Rolling Stone's video game coverage, and they
Aw.
talked to Christian Whitehead this week, and a couple cool things came out of this interview. One was, how do you design a great level for Sonic the Hedgehog? And Christian Whitehead says, Sonic's core moveset is pretty basic. It's all about the natural interaction with the slopes. In terms of the level design itself, similar to how a song should be, you have a build-up of tension, like a crescendo of tricky platforming or enemies. Then you have the release of the player running up high-speed slopes and loops. And then that kind of made me like flash back to every time I've played Sonic before,
Yeah.
and be like,
Oh, here's the chorus.
right. Yeah. Like there is that total like rhythmic thing about it where whatever. And he talks about speed. Level design requires a lot of thought about pacing, rhythm, and different routes that the players can choose between to control their velocity. He says having multi-tiered paths is incredibly important too. Sticking to the top path is always key, especially in the water levels like Hydrocity or Hydro City. It doesn't punish you that bad if you miss the path, but you have to go through the slow water. Eventually, you get to the point where you know the fastest path. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I never really made that connection. Just the slopes. Like now I'm looking back at how good it feels in general. Like
When you hit that, and it's
Yeah.
the same thing, like when all of the chords come together and the melody is the perfect thing, but then you have all that weird discordant shit, some fucking,
Battery Zone.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
God, I can't put it in another podcast. I put it in too many at this point.
There's this artist Ben Briggs. He goes to MagFest every year. He did a remake of it. I'm gonna have to send you that.
Yeah.
Because it's legit.
So another part of that interview was, the question was asked, when did you transition into a more professional role? The iOS port of Sonic CD seems like a clear point of demarcation. And he talks about how he's making Sonic fan games when he was 16. But later on, he saw that Sonic 1 and 2 came onto iPhone, and he found out that they had contracted a programmer to do it in Texas. And traditionally, you think of Sonic games being developed by a big team, and it was unthinkable that some independent contractor could do a job like that. So he said, well, I've made hobbyist Sonic projects, so I'll make a demo of Sonic CD running on the iPhone. He did this back in 2009, so think about that. Like, the iPhone's only 2 years old at that point, and he gets Sonic CD up and running on it. They still have trouble emulating Sonic CD stuff on computers today, and this dude got it to run on a phone
I can
8 years
that.
ago, right? He said, I saw it as my chance to demonstrate my engine. This was back in 2009. The catalyst for it was that Sega made a blog post asking fans what games they wanted to see on the iPhone. And since he had the prototype, he said, hey, take a look at this. And it took them by surprise, I think. It didn't actually come out until 2011, but most of that was him building a relationship with them. He had to go from being just some random guy in Melbourne saying, hey, I can do Sonic for you, to who we know today. They kind of did these tests. So with Sonic 1 on iOS, he put Knuckles and Tails in. and that kind of showed that him and the people he worked with could pull this off. They explained the technology, and they were given guidance with the process. By the time they got to Sonic 2 for iOS, they put in a new stage, the one that was cut from Sonic 2 originally, Hidden Palace Zone. And they kind of, once they proved that they could do that and build that game from the, prototype stuff that Sega had, that was where they were like, okay, Sonic Mania can happen.
That's pretty cool.
There's a thread on NeoGAF right now that was posted by someone who worked on Sonic Mania and kind of pulls in a lot of this information as well. And then follows up with like a lot of stuff to sort of, he doesn't go into great detail, but he kind of debunks a few things. So he pulls this post from someone who said, as we all know, Sega recently moved forward in its quest to make Sonic great again by cutting itself entirely out of the design process. And this poster immediately says, actually, you'd be surprised at how much input Sega and Sonic team had on the game, but I'm not at liberty to disclose details, so we'll leave it at that. And then he says, the game was lovingly crafted by fan creators with a serious passion for and understanding of the series. People heaped praises on it for bringing back the classic tight Sonic gameplay of yore, and Sega made some good money and a lot of good PR for pretty cheap, only paying for a handful of devs and some old school 2D graphics everybody won. The poster here responds to that, says, this sentence strikes me as extremely reductive and incorrect, and that's the main topic of his thread, is kind of like, it really wasn't cheap. They spent money on it. They had a lot of input on the game. It wasn't just whatever. And he goes on, this is long as fuck. Very long. I posted this to Slack if you guys want to read it. And then,
yeah, I'm gonna go read it.
And listeners, it's on neogaf.com. But he talks about how the fan community can be a little bizarre, but
A little?
He works for
Have DeviantArt? I mean,
but
sorry.
Go
on.
No, you're right. But he talks about how, like, it's not just a couple of fans who went, we could do it, and Sega went, all right, here's some money, go for it. And it just happened. There was a lot of involvement with the original creators of the games, a lot of involvement with Sonic Team and all of that, overseeing the project. But a lot of trust was built to get to that level where they realized that these guys could perform and deliver.
That's so cool, though.
It is really cool,
to actually
but
like get the insight of the creators and then like mixing that with your knowledge and
yeah, totally
making a beautiful baby.
Exactly. And a lot of people are like calling out, like, look, Nintendo, you should do this. Just hire the fans to do it. And it's a little more than that. It is that, but it is that. It is that.
But it's also Nintendo.
Yeah.
And whatever is right, Nintendo says, hey, that's cool. We're going to do our way, and our way is going to be right. And you kind of just have to go with it.
Right. But he also talks about how, like, it needed to go a step further than just these guys can do it. They also need to be reliable. They need to be able to handle that side of things where, like, you're given a budget to do whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, guys, we got to cut that budget a little bit. Or they are, are these people that can actually show up to work every day and do what they're supposed to do? Like, you need to have all of that kind of stuff.
Does it dig more into, I guess, the technical side of things? Like, maybe I'm just curious to what engine it used. I don't know if it's already. I know they made it themselves, but I'm kind of more interested in like the specifics of it. Like,
if they like Frankensteined it from like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because like games
or like a mod of another engine.
Exactly.
No. Christian Whitehead built this from scratch.
But like, what are like the technicalities of the engine? Like, could this engine run PlayerUnknown's? Like, could you make pub getting? You know what I mean?
I see.
Like, what are the technicalities of the engine?
I don't know if this is the engine he's using, but I remember reading earlier that he was helping out with Freedom Planet 2's engine.
Okay.
And I don't know how much involvement he has with that, but I don't know if I played the first one. I don't think he had any involvement in that, but that was a pretty decent, I don't want to call it a Sonic clone, but for lack of a better term, that was a pretty neat game. And the second one looks like a far improvement, and to have him helping out with it too, I have to play it.
Yeah, they
I don't know. I feel like it might be only built for like that type of game. Like
that's what I'm saying.
2D, like
that's what I'm saying.
Type stuff.
But pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it sounds like a really cool article.
Read. It was good. Which leads us to our question of the week, which question that Mark posed to me, You wanna ask us and the listening audience?
Sure. Yeah, it was just a general question. It didn't have to be used for anything, but I'm glad we are.
No, I know
using it.
you just
Yeah,
texted
yeah.
me about it, and I was just like, we should talk about this in the podcast.
Yeah. Because we haven't done one of those in a while, I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's been a
Um,
while.
So yeah, so it's just seeing how like Sonic just like boosted off in this direction and just getting this nice, beautiful treatment to it. You know, the animated like cutscene intros and the little extra features built into it. Just like a remix of old and some new. It's just everything is just it's nice.
Mhm.
It's a nice pack. It's just feels good to have this coming from a game like this that we just been suffering to get.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, so it rightfully deserves this, and it led me to a question of like, no more games should get this kind of love. And what game in your mind would you want to have this kind of treatment put towards?
It's tricky.
I'm gonna let you guys think because I already.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
it's
gonna-
fine. It's fine
I'm
if you have
gonna
more
need a
than
minute.
one, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you texted me this, my gut reaction is I didn't even think. I just
Yeah.
sent it right back to you, and it says Super Mario World.
yeah, I could see that. I mean, like new levels, some new tricks Mario might have.
Yeah.
They could add the wall jumps probably.
But like,
or-
go back to 16-bit, but do what this
Yeah.
does, where it's not
You-
quite
you-
16-bit.
yeah,
It's
you add new sprites, kind of.
same
and-
thing that Shovel Knight did so well. Was like it looks like an NES game, but it actually is doing stuff technically more impressive. But
Yeah.
that was my gut reaction. I still think that would be a fantastic.
That'd
I'd
be a great
love to
move.
see that.
That'd be
Right?
great. Not a new Super Mario Bros. Just like a straight
Do
up.
Super Mario World.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do technically 2 because that was Yoshi's Island, but 3, right? Like do a proper
It
new
should be
one.
called Super Mario Galaxy. Oh,
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
no.
Um, but I thought about it a bit, and I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. But Earthbound, go
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
give me
I would love that.
that game with a little more. I know it's timeless, right? But like, kind of like bring that up, like add the animated stuff, add a
That's
little
a-
bit more.
I don't know why, but I would love to see that game full claymation.
I mean,
Oh,
if we're going
man.
full remake here, yes.
Yeah, what are the rules of this
I don't know.
question? Is it just
I
like
mean-
I think like I tried to keep it at.
I guess if we're going in the vein of Sonic Mania, I guess it'd be taking like a retro series
Okay.
and
keeping it the same style?
Yeah.
Almost. Not like
Like
at least art
basically
style.
that Sonic Mania for all intents and purposes was Sonic 4, right? Or
Yeah.
is Sonic 4. So what would be the Sonic 4 equivalent of something else? And for me, like I think
it looked old, but it feels
Mhm.
plays new.
so
Mhm.
Earthbound maybe doing a remake of that wouldn't really work, but like if they did a remaster of that where they kind of built it in the same engine but with like little sharper sprites with a little more character to I mean they have
But honestly,
so much
if you take the
character.
pixels, you can still make claymation work with pixels.
It's true.
Clay Fighter did it.
Mhm.
It's true. But like do that and do a really, really cool, like a lot of weird cartoon like interstitials to kind of tie bigger moments of that story together. Like every time you get to one of the 8 melodies, it turns into this big animated cutscene. Like I think that could work really well.
That's I would like. I mean,
I still get chills from the first Mother game, the NES
Yeah,
commercial
yeah,
of the
yeah.
kids and like the live action one.
oh yeah.
Live action shit, like
That's
it,
cool.
It gives me I freak out like
Yeah.
inside my head, but
That's
I
cool.
love it.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Turtles in Time came to mind.
Ooh. Okay.
Add some new levels, some new fighting skills,
Yeah.
some new teamwork stuff. 4 players.
Yeah.
Well, the thing. What? I get.
Okay,
Well,
the Super Nintendo version. I
yeah,
mean.
because
Right, right,
Hyperstone Heist was the Genesis version.
Yeah, but that had Tatsu and things got weird.
Okay, I think I'm the only one that prefers the
No, you're not.
Hyperstone Heist. No, only because I had a Genesis. That's the only reason why I prefer it. Okay.
I'm with you.
I mean, I
Okay.
do like it, but I have more memories with the Super
No, it makes
Nintendo
sense.
one, and I don't really care about the arcade one too much.
Yeah.
Besides, it had 4 players, but
Mhm.
like, I just like Slash better as a boss than some like clay monster thing.
I would like to see another Turtles.
That would
team
be
up
really
with
But there
like
was a
the-
level in Hyperstone Heist that I did like, and I thought it was like inside of a, like it looked like a dojo or something. I think that was a level with Tatsu.
Yeah, it was later on.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
but it was at night, I think.
I think maybe. I don't know. I honestly can't remember. It's been
Yeah.
ages.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm even like caring about Tatsu because Tokan Razar were in fucking Technodrome, and that made no sense either.
Yeah.
So yeah, have them all in there, you know.
That
but-
would be cool to see another.
like new bosses,
another Turtles
new
game like
characters
that.
to play as.
Yeah.
I would like Casey Jones. We
Mhm.
can unlock Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh, that'd be dope.
It would be
That'd be really
That
cool.
would be wild.
do some
But just
time
thinking
travel.
about like if you look at the Sonic sprites versus the Sonic sprites, the old ones versus the ones in Mania, and like they're still the same, but there's
It was like a
so
hybrid.
much more.
It's like a hybrid of 3 and 1. He had like 1's shoes, but like 3's like.
But this, like,
styled
there's
to
so
the
many more
face.
frames of animation. There's all
Yeah.
these different shades that are happening in his sprite work. Like
Yeah.
seeing the turtles, kind of like
Turtles in Time had a cool option of doing a comic book version as to the
That's
cartoon
cool.
colors.
That's cool.
But yeah, so like all the eyes would be whited out, and each one would be like a different skin color, like the action figures.
that'd be cool. They're really cool.
I
mean-
mean that and like Mystical Ninja.
Yeah.
I played. What was it on N64?
That's
the
my
first one.
favorite.
That's,
Yeah.
that's such a good. That's a
Favorite.
great game.
I love that game.
That's a great game. I mean, there's so many games. I know when this episode is over, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to bed and be like,
I was gonna preface
why
my
didn't I
answer with
fucking
that.
think about this obvious? But honestly, the one that kind of jumped to my mind, and it's kind of keeping on the same topic as Sega, was the Shining Force series. Like, because now the Shining Force series, at least recently, it's more of like an action RPG or just whatever
Yeah,
garbled bullshit.
I played the Shining Soul games,
Oh yeah,
on Game
those,
Boy
yeah,
Advance.
yeah.
and I mean that's probably way different than.
Mhm.
I mean, Force was like just a typical like RPG.
It was
right?
just
Yeah.
no. Well, Shining Force, it was just tactical RPG. It was kind of just like Fire Emblem.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be like old Phantasy Star, Dragon Quest
Mm-mm.
games where it's like, or like Earthbound fighting system.
No, this was. I mean, I think it would be a good time for it now, at least, because
Yeah.
Fire Emblem's still
Yeah.
it's on
yeah.
fire basically.
Yeah.
Like it's everybody's. It's pop. Which it doesn't. It honestly doesn't make sense to me because Fire Emblem. I'm not sure if you guys were aware before, but it wasn't really a known series. And
No.
when they did come out, like on GameCube,
I
like it
think-
wasn't really like a huge seller.
It was just
Like,
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I like that it's getting recognition, but at the same time, I hope it goes in a better direction.
I'm fine with that series. I would like to see a revival of Advance Wars.
Yes,
Ooh,
everybody
okay.
does. Everybody wants advanced
Okay.
Wars.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like for Shining Force to come back now would be perfect. And
Yeah.
to keep it, I think it would be
Yeah.
better to keep
Especially
it.
if like Dragon Quest can be
Yeah.
successful here now.
Anything goes now.
Yeah.
So, but I think
Fire.
they should keep the retro look
Mm.
because Shining Force 2 on Genesis is probably my favorite Genesis
So
soundtrack.
good.
It's a good art style.
Art style and like everything about that game is just it's seriously a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
But they met like I sent you the video the other day of the Genesis, how they made music on the Genesis and how it was like kind of nearly impossible to make anything sound at least decent. But since Sega developed it, they like nailed like the sound system on it, so it didn't just sound like a robot farting,
Right.
like a lot of like Genesis games are known
Yeah.
to sound like. So honestly, if I would like it if they just kept it that kind of style.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But any kind of attention to like an old school Shining Force game, I would love
That'd
love
be
the
cool.
shit out of.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh yeah.
That would be pretty appropriate.
The one came out recently. The
Just a few years
HD.
back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Version.
but like I don't know. I think I'll just. I guess when I'm at, I guess I would just want like a new game at that point.
Mhm,
But like
yeah.
still built in that same style.
Well, I guess we're with Toe Jam and Earl. We're kind of getting that right.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's soon, isn't
That's
it?
Adult Swim, I think.
It is.
Are they
Is-
publishing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because it was Kickstarter before, right?
Yeah, and then they.
Yeah.
they
Is that hand drawn or is that sprites?
I think.
Because it looked. I thought I saw something that looked
See,
like
because it's not necessarily
hand-drawn.
getting the Sonic Mania treatment,
right.
but it's still kind of like
It's something.
Yeah.
classic graphics.
Yeah, they're
In
trying
a
to
way.
trying to stick to its roots.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Actually, I think if they updated the Link to the Past,
Actually, me and Akko always talked about this ever since when
Well,
the
didn't
Link
you kind of get that with the sequel? Technically,
But
Four Swords.
but it went.
no. The
so,
Link Between Worlds.
Link Between
right?
Worlds
Oh, yeah.
to me was new Link to the Past. The same way they did New Super Mario Brothers, where it was technically a new 2D thing. It had that 3D art on a 2D plane, and
okay.
Mhm.
Link Between Worlds, fantastic game. Like I still think it was one of the best games that year, and is a really really great
It's
Zelda
probably
game.
my favorite 3DS game.
Oh, it's bold.
I've only played maybe 2 other
It is
3DS
good.
games.
That
so.
makes sense.
But that Animal Crossing. Sorry, we'll
There
go.
you
We'll
go.
go. We'll go.
That's
We'll go. Go.
Top
Go.
of the top of the top, cream of the crop, pop of the pop, pop of the top. But that felt more like that.
Yep.
It was that like, hey, this worked for Mario, let's do that for Zelda. Whereas I would love to see, because that was what I followed up with Mark, and I was just like, fuck it, all the 16-bit shit. Like do Super Metroid, do Link to the Past, and just kind of do the next. If you had just kept going, if we didn't jump to 3D graphics, what would the next evolution of those look like? And I think that would be a
but if it had like animated cutscenes, I would want Link to have pink hair.
yeah, dude, he has to.
So, my actual answer is your shirt,
Oh
Dude.
shit!
You got it.
dude.
Yeah.
You got it.
No, but like straight up
Yeah.
old school, like DOS graphics,
Yes.
just like extra. Because John Romero, I don't know if you saw, released an unreleased. He was like, he found some like technicalities in the code, and he made like this advanced Doom level.
Whoa.
And it was like
oh,
the
that was
classic.
yeah.
But it was in the class, like it was a mod you downloaded, and that got me thinking. I was like, this is like you like Black Sabbath was like, oh, we made this album and just never released it. Here,
Right.
Oh, here you go.
you know. So that's honestly what it felt like. So if they made like maybe just an episode
Yeah.
like that, but strictly old school Doom,
Mm.
oh man, I would
be
straight up
something.
boner.
Be something. Matt, what's your answer?
Yeah, what you think?
I don't know. I don't remember much of the 16-bit era or even the 8-bit era, especially that part.
How about the 32-bit era?
32. Didn't jump to 64.
Not with Symphony of the Night.
Now 32-bit was like
Anyway,
For the Sega 32X.
so I've gotten
Everybody loved that. Does everybody remember the?
so my immediately thought was the platformers I grew up with, and I've gotten two of this series. Yeah, I got treatment from two of the series, but we're missing the third one that I loved and grew up with. Jack and Daxter.
Oh yeah.
that would be cool to see on.
I want like I don't think I want the
That's a good answer.
gunplay that 2 and 3 had. I just kind of want more like a traditional platformer.
Semi Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, 'Cause that's what I was thinking. My first thought was a Crash Bandicoot. Like, oh well, I kind of got that.
Yeah.
And then my next one was like, oh, Ratchet, but then I kind of got that.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah.
was like, oh well, Jack and Daxter, the other Naughty Dog game that people forget about.
That'd be
Well,
kind of
Uncharted.
cool.
Actually, Jack and Daxter is my favorite Naughty Dog series.
I love Jack and
that
Daxter.
I never gave enough time. I also didn't play a lot of. I mean, I never really played Uncharted.
I never got
never
into
played
them, but
Last of Us, but
I have. It's kind of like I guess a cult hit now. Maybe
Yeah.
you want to call it that. Maybe I mean back in the
Maybe.
day it wasn't. It sold well.
Yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter is probably one of my favorite PS2 games. Like,
Oh wow.
period. I played the shit out of that game. I beat it multiple times over and over.
I didn't realize it
and
was
over
on
again.
PS4. Just the first one. You can buy it on
Jack and
PS4.
Daxter?
Oh, you sure?
I saw it on on my app. I saw it there. It was
Oh.
on-
Are you sure
That's
it was
pretty
on
cool.
PS3? Because they did the the
I thought
HD collection.
I went back. I was like, wait, did that say PS4 or PS3? And I was like almost certain it was PS4.
Officer.
So I mean, I like 2. I really didn't play much of 3 to have a valid opinion on it, but 2 was they introduced gunplay, and I was like, well, like I got Ratchet and Clank for that.
hmm
So I kind of want a more platformy Jack and Daxter game. That'd be nice. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
It says PS4.
How much is it?
$14.99.
That's not bad.
When did that come out? Let me see it.
August 22nd, 2017. It's just they
Oh
just
wow,
snuck
so
that
it's
shit
pretty
up.
fresh.
Shadow
It's
Drop.
pretty fresh. Shit,
They did the same treatment to Patapon.
that's wild. Yeah, I didn't even know they. I guess re-released it.
Did anyone talk about this?
I don't know. I never hear anything about it.
God, my Wi-Fi is so bad.
That's wild though.
Well, I don't know if I'm connected to your Wi-Fi or my brother's Xfinity. It just auto connects to his a lot, so
Oh.
it might be that.
My Wi-Fi is really bad though.
Yeah.
Really bad.
I have his info because I had to log in for his Pokemon Go because he couldn't make it to a raid, and I had to do it for him as a surrogate.
Damn.
You sound not spiteful about that at all.
Yeah, and I deleted it immediately after.
There was the game. I guess because I've noticed when we're bringing up these games, like especially the examples we've provided, it's been nothing but positive.
Mm.
So the one that was negative that kind of came into my mind was Armacrog. If you guys remember that game.
Oh, that's
I
a
do.
few
And
years
they,
back. Yeah.
from they kept it.
I almost got it too.
Doug Tenaple or Doug.
I don't know. I
Whatever
don't
the
know
hell
his
his
name.
name is. Yeah.
But
Earthworm
Faith,
Jim guy. Yeah.
Faith, she played the first one
Yeah.
like shit when she was little, so she bought the second one. And on Steam, there's a thing when you can share games.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of have it, but I kind of don't want to because I've just heard nothing but negative things about it. But they did
sucks.
keep the traditional claymation
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all
I
that.
remember
and the
seeing behind the
soundtrack's
scenes,
similar.
like-
Yeah,
he was just showing like all the work he was doing in the sets. It's like, damn.
Yeah. It sucks.
that's the only negative. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really see too many.
Because you try to bury the
Yeah.
terrible
Yeah.
memories.
You know what? Beavis and Butthead.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Give me that.
That would
Yep.
have to be hand drawn.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only way I would accept that.
Mm-hmm.
We got to play that, by the way.
Yeah.
We got to record that.
Get in the
for
Guar.
site. Go to Guar. Go to Guar.
And we're strictly Genesis one.
Yeah. No. I will say this week when I did the 25th anniversary of Batman the Animated Series, and I played the Super Nintendo version because it's better. And I'll say it. I don't like to admit that, but I'll say
Of
it.
what? The
Of the Adventures of Batman and Robin.
because I had the one on Genesis. I think that was the last Genesis game I bought.
I can tell why.
That game was fucking hard. I don't think
It was very hard.
I didn't get past first level.
No, you can't.
I didn't.
You can't at all. To be fair, on the stream, if you go back and watch, I have a hard time getting past any level on the Super Nintendo one, but there was at least progression. And then I used passwords.
I didn't know it came out on Super Nintendo too.
Much better version.
Damn.
Like, surprisingly
Jesus
better.
Christ, that game was hard.
Yeah. When you
I
see
forgot about that
when
game.
you look at the SNES version, not that hard.
Yeah.
Still some challenge, but no different than any other old school
Tough one
platformer.
was Spider-Man and X-Men.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a tough one.
But fuck. Anyway, Genesis is better. That's gonna do it for the Free Cheese episode 214. I don't know, we got stuff. We got Hitman with a Hammer episode 4 is out. What a goddamn episode. That's my favorite one so far. Probably because I did so well. Hunting down my vampire magician costume.
That's why.
Yes.
Can you guys, if you do another episode, just have Cannibal Corpse Hammered Smash Face playing in the background?
We'll just
Alright.
put it.
Or I can
Off
at
in the
least make
corner.
a video edit of my own of that. I have After Effects and
We'll
all that
have
stuff.
the MIDI version
Okay.
Yeah.
due to licensing reasons.
Yeah. No, if you've not been watching Hitman with a Hammer, we've got 4 sweet episodes out there for you to go check out, and they just get better and better.
We're flying away soon, right?
That's true. Episode 5, we're off to Sapienza, which I believe is a city.
Is it an actual city or
Sunlight.
Yeah, we'll find out.
is this Babienza? Is that
Nope.
the actual one? And they're just trying to avoid some kind of.
No, I think it's Sapienza.
Oh, okay.
In Italy, right?
Italy.
Yeah.
So it's like
Talking
Sapienza.
about lasagna.
Yeah. But we spent a lot of time in Paris, and Paris is fun and filled with vampire magicians and darkness. But we're gonna go to the sun, where everything's bright, colorful, and murderous.
Aviators.
Yeah. I think Mark and I got one more episode of Sonic Generations. Maybe.
It better be.
Yeah, we'll
It
find
better
out.
be.
We will find out. But hopefully, we're taking on the final boss of Sonic Generations. Matt's coming down the pipeline of Shovel Knight.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. We're almost to Plague Knight. Yeah, Plague of Shadows, the sequel. Yeah. Because we're gonna roll right into the next one.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. It's right to the.
Yeah.
That's the way she goes.
I think you would enjoy Plague more than just regular Shovel Knight.
I agree.
You just get to a point where you're like, it's a good game. It's a really good
Yeah.
game. It's a really, really good game. It just gets to a point where you just don't want to play it anymore.
That's called getting burnt out.
Yeah. Too many Oreos.
Too many Oreos.
Oreos.
I get it.
Oreos aplenty.
I know. Well, if you get it, you can go to thefreecheese.com and get more of everything we're doing. Check out YouTube stuff. Check out the articles we've got all month long. Our cover story canceled is covering the stories of games that never made it. Just didn't make it. Speaking of which, I've been reading Jason Schreier's book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, and ooh, it is dope. Chapter 1, all about Pillars of Eternity, the Obsidian.
I'm familiar with.
Yeah, that one. And all about Obsidians. Each chapter is a different developer.
I need to read all these books.
Yeah, dude.
Blood, Sweat, and Pixels?
Blood, Sweat,
So I
and
need to
Pixels.
read that. Console Wars. Masters of Doom.
Console War.
Yeah.
Not, all right.
Yep. Console Wars
I
and
can't see
Masters
it.
of
It's right
Doom.
there staring at me.
Take
Like,
it. Yeah. Blood, Sweat, and Pixels really, really good.
Is there like an audiobook version?
Probably.
Just so when I'm working, I
Yeah.
want to listen to people.
Probably. Everything's got one. But that's cool. Every chapter's a different game. So there's stuff about Uncharted 4. There's stuff about Shovel Knight. There's, I forget what else. There's a bunch. There's a lot.
Uncharted 4 is interesting, I bet.
I haven't gotten to that chapter yet, but yeah,
$11 Kindle price. Amazon.
I
I have to grab that.
$10.94 for the print version.
Oh, wow.
Oh wait, plus tax because Baltimore.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happens. But yeah, go check out things. Twitter, we're all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at _mental. Matt is at MattyAce131. Ben is at SevBenz, and I'm at The Free Cheese. that's going to do it for episode 214. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, listener, for hanging out.
It was your Wi-Fi, by the way.
I knew it.
Dang, they even covered Destiny in this book.
Yes, that's another one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested about that. Because
It's real.
wasn't that supposed to, like, come out but not come out, and then almost come
Plus,
out
you had
again?
that whole, it leaked because of that court
Yeah.
case. Yeah.
Via content.
Oh, Cliff Blazinski's in it.
Of course.
I have a love and
He-
hate
he makes every
relationship.
game,
I
doesn't
love
he?
and hate him.
Yeah, I get that.
He makes every game.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
No, I can't.
You don't need to follow him
Yeah,
on
I
Twitter.
don't-
You don't need to.
Yeah. Just pictures of him, isn't it?
It's just
Hey guys, here I am on a dating sim. Hey guys, here I am playing a dating sim.
no. It's just
Hey guys, here I
no.
am.
He's cool. He's cool. He's a cool dude. But
Yeah.
some of the stuff he says, I'm just like, come on, man, get over yourself.
Happy birthday, Dreamcast. You should have.
Still dreaming.
I know.
It's still dreaming.
Dreams
Keep on
never
dreaming.
die.
That's.
Don't let your memes turn into dreams.
Or should you?
I think it's the actual other way around. Don't let your dreams turn into memes.
That's the way
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Bye.